Help and honor America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Hello, boys. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, Super Bowl weekend, and the mechanical mangler at the controls, Flounder. Newlywed to Mrs. Flounder, the lovely Veronica. And here it's 106.3, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let Her Rip Friday, anything goes. On the only news talk radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck. 106.3, the FOM of Atlanta. Yes, boys, it's not snowing, it's not icy. 60s are coming next week. And we'll see. Anyway, Mountain Jamaica and Pete Davis, what's going on, sir? Everything all right?
Still snow on the ground up here, I saw today.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Well, I don't know what to think about that. With snow on the ground in the Mountain Jamaica, I guess really all I can say is Saturday. I don't know why I started doing that. Seriously, what a stupid, what an idiotic thing. It's like a dumb meme. It's like a personal meme. One of my personal memes, Herp and Hohen is another personal stupid thing. I mean, it's just, what the hell's the matter with me? Anyway, Flounder, what's you got weekend plans to the lovely Veronica? What's
probably hopefully do something outside.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fair. I mean, like 50-ish or something.
Yeah, at least it'll be, it's supposed to be sunny, so that'll be.
Yeah, that'll be a nice change. Anyway,
maybe do some patio drinking.
Patio drinking. I kind of miss patio drinking. Famous Irish buddy of mine. Patio drinking.
And patio furniture.
That's right, patio furniture. Anyway, it's 305. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock. And he sent me a picture. I don't know what, it posted everywhere, but he sent me a picture. I'm linked with a link there with Neil Boortz. And he sent me a picture of him with a pickup truck load filled with frozen iguanas. It must have been 30 of them in there.
I got a question for him, too, when he comes on.
Okay, we'll ask a bunch of questions. I think whatever. And by the way, I keep threading this, and nobody ever takes advantage of it because, as you know, people don't use their phones anymore to make an, actual call. But if you want to talk to Neil Boortz or ask a question to Neil Boortz, 4 o'clock, 404-741-1230. 741-1230, and I'm sure he'd be happy to talk with you. Let's see, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and I got a million things here. Pete Davis has a game. We have Pete's tweets. We'll talk about the Super Bowl here in just a minute. Also, Flounder's funnies. And again, the latest is the Dow Jones now has set another record, 50,000 plus. It went up 1,100 points today. And by the way, so that eliminated all of the whole entire week's losses from before. I swear they're just doing this for them. Apparently, I bet the big banking investor guys on Wall Street said, hey, Harry, I think I need another beach house. How about we pretend there's something going on with the economy and start flooding the market with something that'll make it go crazy. Hey, Bill, that's a great idea because I was going to try to put the kids through special colleges, so I need another couple of $100,000 here this weekend. So let's go ahead and jack the market around or something. What the hell? And then the economy's bad, and people say, oh, the economy's bad. Oh, I can't afford to do that. What the hell? Come on, you're killing me here. We have trillions of dollars in tariffs are coming in. Companies are saying, I'm going to build factories. I'm hiring people. The future's freaking unbelievable. The stock market's going crazy. 50,000, never before the Dow Jones. And I guarantee you, 70% of the people in America say the economy sucks and Donald Trump's to blame.
Has anybody checked Nancy Pelosi's portfolio today?
Yeah,
it went up.
Yeah, they should post that. The economy. I asked Nancy how it's going. I mean, seriously. I just 70% of the people in America. Oh, the guy can't. Come on, the economy's bad. Come on, and I think I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is, the future is just unbelievably bright. Everything's working. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Although now there are people are taking advantage of the people getting more income, and I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I had a scare late yesterday. We got all the news. We'll talk. Oh, by the way, Pete Davis has got a story coming up, and I want to hear this one because in just a moment we're going to be talking about a combination of 1, teens, 2, friends, 3, bonfire, 4, alcohol, 5, gas can. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what could go wrong? Anyway, that's all coming up here at Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. Also, the Benghazi guy. Oh, did you see the video of if you haven't seen it, this is freaking hysterical. They arrested the Benghazi guy, from the Hillary Rodham Peace Stinky Fart Cabbage, where she said, at this point, who gives a damn about those guys that were killed or something like that. You'll hear it in a second anyway. And so they got the arrest, and they showed him coming off the plane, and he's so old and he can't step, he can barely shout. Oh, he's shivering. Oh, he's shivering. Oh, no. Oh, he's shivering. Oh, the poor guy. You're shivering a little first. Like that. Sorry. The freaking Hillary scumbag. At this point, oh, God. All right, we got that. So it's all coming up. Now, I want to get this out of my head. Just a fun thing. I saw a weird thing happen to me yesterday. I leave here. I start leaving here. I start leaving the studio and packing up, and I get all my stuff, and I get my phone and my things. I have some in my pocket, and I start reaching for my. Oh no! Actually, I think I got downstairs and realized I can't. No,
you were still upstairs.
I was still here, and I started. I checked my pockets, make sure I have everything, and I cleaned the studio. I bring my own spray bottle I brought in here, and I clean the studio, with a spray bottle because the morning boys are a little anal. Anyway, so I do that. So, and I'm checking my stuff, and I think, oh crap, I don't know where my car keys are because I have a loaner. I mean, it's going on. At Schottenkirk, they come and get my car when it needs service, bring me a loaner, and then they come and pick up the loaner and drop my car back off when it's done, which is today. So yesterday, I still had the loaner, and I'm looking, and I couldn't find my keys. And I'm thinking, oh my God, where are my keys? Where are my keys? Because I know I wouldn't have left them in the car. Because I always check, even the loaner has an alarm, click, click thing. And so I'm going crazy. And even Jeff, the sales guy, was walking around, and Flound just walking around trying to find stuff in every room I've been in and stuff like that. I'm freaking out. And I'm thinking, oh, please, God, please, God, please, God. All the way to the parking garage and all the way up the elevator and all the way to the car. Please, God, please, God, please, God. And the door opened, which means the keys were inside the car. I never locked up the car. Thank God, because I had like $340,000 in cash and unmarked bills and 2 cases full of rocket launchers in the trunk. Thank God nobody walked out, stole the car. I would have had some explaining to do, baby.
What?
Oh, man. Whew, that was close. Jeez. Anyway, and now... I don't know. They haven't found the kidnapped woman yet, and I don't know. They're all, we're going to find her. We're going to find her. I don't know what to think, and now I don't know. It's a mystery. This is the strangest story, and I don't understand the angles of it and why they opened the crime scene to give it back to the family, and then they had to close it again. The media was everything about it. And by the way, now I think one of the problems in investigation that may come back to haunt them is that the people are now saying that when the bad guys took the security camera away from the house, it should have alerted the police. And if it had, who knows? But it might have been a thing. And apparently it did not. And but again, it's just another thing. The whole thing is very, very strange.
There's reports, not here in Georgia and other places as well, where you have these ne'er-do-wells coming up and counting whether you have a ring phone
to see if
or messing around or hitting it and they're testing
to see if the cops will show up,
or if someone's there, or if they're working.
Yeah. And again,
which is why you should be able to shoot anybody who comes on your property and doesn't, say who they are.
Well, that's my motto. I mean, how many times? But the paperwork, God. If you actually wing one, oh, man, you're at the hospital filling out forms. Jeez.
My question is, how many of these ne'er-do-wells tried that stunt up here in the mountains?
I don't think they tried it more than once.
And you never found them.
Yeah, I saw Deliverance, okay? That guy's still up there.
I mean, there's hollers up here. That sign says, don't come wandering.
No, I don't. Yeah, say get out. I don't know. I don't believe in warning shots. I mean, that's my favorite. You know, you'll never hear the one that gets you. That got me through Vietnam. It's just 313. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? It's February, for crying out loud. We got the Super Bowl and all that good stuff here. So everything's good. How's your Friday? Let her rip, baby. Da 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 da.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, we could have a pleasant weekend coming up here and the Super Bowl and everything. And if you're going to be outside and looking at that beautiful landscape lawn you're putting in, Stovall and Company, your third-generation wholesale landscaper supply company. This family business means when you say, please, I need it right now. Oh, look out, it's out your window. I'll be darned. How do they do that? It's amazing. They are amazing. If you need something special and they don't have it, they'll tell you where to get it. Stovall, I mean, Paul and the boys, the whole family, I'm telling you. And they have all the supplies and, shrubbery stuff and nursery stuff and landscaping stuff and, concrete for the outdoor fireplace or kitchen or someplace by the pool. Taking care of you. StovallInc.com.
Did you know that there are over 34,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia? Yet despite that huge number, Bruce Hagen was recently named by his peers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. Do you know who is not among the top 100 lawyers in the state? Some clown standing on top of an 18-wheeler. Those kind of lawyers may make flashy ads, but they're just marketers, not real lawyers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need Bruce Hagen, a real lawyer who tries cases and wins. Call Bruce Hagen. He's the real deal for your injury case. Hagen-law.com.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
At the Honest Car Guy, the entire process is completely transparent. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee, and we even prove it by giving you a copy of the bill of sale. We can sell you any make, any year, any model, and at the Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Need advice on getting things fixed up around the house? No matter how big or small that project is, we've got your answers. Listen to us on the All Four Seasons Home Show presented by the Trusted Toolbox. Join Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows, and me, Chris Lalamia, your favorite handyman from the Trusted Toolbox, as we tackle all the issues, fixes, and honeydew projects around your home. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or grab the podcast anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out. Because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
Join the Georgia Swarm for Women in Sports Night, Saturday, February 7th at 7:30 at Gas South Arena. Women of all ages can purchase access to the pregame speaker and networking event. And for women 18 and older, with purchase of a game ticket, this is your moment. Sign up to participate in the Diamond Drop for a chance to win a $24,000 diamond necklace or an 18-karat gold watch from Terra Fine Jewelry, just in time for Valentine's Day. The Diamond Drop is presented by Terra Fine Jewelry. Get your tickets today at georgiaswarm.com.
I got it now. This is very hard to believe what I'm about to tell you. 2014 is when it happened. Give her Pete and Flounder, look out. 2014, Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. Greatest song of all time. Yes, sir. Nemi, a famous group known as Nemi, the Nimrod mentally extreme, Smells Like Teen Spirit, one of the last songs written for Nirvana's breakthrough album, Nevermind, released in 1991. The rest of the top 5, again, 2014, Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, greatest song of all time. Number 1. The rest of the top 5, number 5, Last Night, The Strokes. Number 4, How Soon Is Now, The Smiths. Number 3, I Feel Love, Donna Summer. Number 2, Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. And this one, Teen Spells. Wow, okay, I like it. I'm down with that, you know. Our Kimmer Pete and Flounder, how's it going, 318? Our birthday list includes that horny little Amy Robach. Couldn't keep her hands off the brother next door. Wasn't she there? She and the guy, her co-host on the ABC show, started having an affair, and then they got caught, and then they were all embarrassed, and then, as I'm not making this up, her husband and his wife also had an affair. They got together to say, what the hell, if they're screwing us on the side, we're going to do the same thing. And I swear to God, they had a little thing just to do it, which I think is hysterical. And I don't blame him either. Amy Robach, 53 there.
Yeah, they didn't just screw on the side, though.
No, it was everywhere, apparently. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know they moved it, frankly. Been so long, I didn't know they moved it. I swear to God.
You didn't get the memo?
It's on the side? I had no idea. No wonder I can't, geez.
Easy access.
Ben's was in the room. I don't know. God. All right, 319. Coming up, a story on Benghazi, which is appropriate because on this very day in 1802, the United States declares war against Tripoli. Tripoli had declared war against us a little earlier because the United States, this is 1802, the United States refused to continue payment of tribute to the rulers of the North African Barbary states, Algiers, Tunis, Morocco, and Tripoli. The 1805 Battle of Derna in eastern Libya was the inspiration for the Marine Corps hymn lyrics, From the Halls of Montezuma to the Shores of Tripoli. And it started on this day in 1802. Da-da-da, in the Benghazi stand. In fact, well, let's do this right now. We're going to play. I don't have a number sheet, Flounder, but we're going to play. Hillary Rodham, P. Stinky Fart Cabbage, and then Piero.
Got it.
Okay. I saw the video this morning while I was working from home. They got this El Muggy Bug, El Camel Squamp, alleged to be the leader of the 2012 attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi in Libya. Remember, this was on 9/11, the anniversary, and 2012, and this was where they had Justice Departments investigating and former Secretary of State Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage after those 4 American heroes got slaughtered and murdered when nobody came to help. And Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage, I forgot the exact word, something like, at this point, who gives a crap what happened to those scumbags? Something like that. Here's the actual soundbite, Flounder, of Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage. Something like that.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
Bitch. Yeah. Remember they tried to blame it on the documentary film? Yeah. Oh, well, it's those Emory, it's those conservative, it's just a film thing. It wasn't really a thing, it wasn't really a thing. You rotten and her screaming at people? She should have been in prison. I can't believe Donald Trump let her go. There's no way. And Jim Comey, the former FBI director, Comey or Comer, I get them all mixed up. Jim Comey. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, anyway, now to the Benghazi thing. I saw the video of them coming old the plane. Poor baby. This old guy, and he can barely move his feet, and he's all scared, and he's old, and he's got a beard, and so they put him in a stretcher so he doesn't have to put his little footsies in his little slippers, and he's shivering. He's so cold, and they put blankets on him. He's so cold. They should have set him on fire. Hey, you feel better now or what? Jeez, I mean, God, honest to freaking God. And by the way, if you haven't seen the video, and I mentioned this to Flounder, I love the video. Had the three of them. They had Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Janine Pirro, and they standing at their podium. And every time I see Kash Patel, he looks like a psychopath. I mean, his facial expression, his eyes and his facial expression, he looks like an assassin. I mean, he looks like he's ready to snap and he go totally overboard at any second. I mean, I love this guy. And Pam Bondi said, we just proved we're going to track you down anywhere in the world. If you do something to an American, we will come and find you. You can run, but you can't hide. And Hillary Rodham tried to make a thing about that. Kash Patel said, I'm grateful to the CIA and Director Radcliffe and the law enforcement authorities hunt down this scumbag. And then Janine Pirro, God bless her. When I wrote this down when I was at home, and I heard her say these words. In fact, Flounder was probably a little shaken. I quote, he was playing back. He found the soundbite I wanted, and we were in there to make sure what it was, and he was playing back the soundbite. I was quoting exactly what she said because that's how important it was for me to write this down. Here is Janine Pirro now, who's going to be trying the case against the slime bag responsible for the Benghazi attack on 9/11 in 2012. Janine Pirro.
14 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a scene unfolded in a foreign land, in one of the most dangerous places in the world for Americans, Benghazi, Libya. An American ambassador, elite military personnel, and a State Department employee were all violently murdered. For 13 hours, the American cavalry never came. For 13 hours, they waited for help that never came. Today, President Trump is making sure that American justice is coming for those individuals responsible for the deaths of those 4 Americans.
Their names are Sean Smith, CIA contractor Glenn Doherty and Tyrone Woods, Ambassador Chris Stevens. Also, attempted murder charge against the Special Agent Scott Wickland as well. And I'm telling you, the 13 hours waiting for help that never came. And I'm choking up inside now thinking about those poor bastards. And they gave everything they gave it all. They gave it all. And
they screwed up. They trusted their government. Their government was run by Democrats.
And then she has the balls to go and start screaming before an investigative committee about what difference does it make?
Best defense is a good offense.
Honestly, so they got the guy. It's a little comfort, but still, they got the guy. And I remember now, they tried to blame it on these freaking Democrats. They just have no soul. They have no heart. They have no soul. They have no standard of decency. I mean, remember, was it Susan Rice and who was that other slimy little scumbag bitch from Florida who got caught being a take on the take and everything? I can't remember all of them. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're all the freaking same. And remember, they tried to skate and skip and blame it on everybody else. And then Hillary thought she had the right to get all screamy at everybody. Oh, man. You rat. You dirty, stinking, freaking rat.
But no one's above the law.
Yeah, no one's above the law.
They're sitting there, Westchester Mansion, no care in the world.
Just unbelievable.
Got people killed.
Unbelievable. Let's see. A quick update on the ransom thing. We really don't have much. They say there's another note. And it may be suggesting that she is no longer in Tucson. And let's see. And by the way, I can't find the story. There's a guy. One of the things I do when I'm scouring through things, or especially like on early morning or late if I'm up or some other, I watch those stupid Oxygen Channel replays of the NBC stories of crime, murder cases and stuff like that. And there's a black guy from NBC, really well dressed black guy, kind of a high voice, and he's the host on a lot of these things. And he'll say, "And now back to Keith Morrison" or something. And I can't remember his name, but I saw pictures of him hugging Savannah Guthrie because he is, I think, also the son of her mother, like a stepbrother to Savannah Guthrie, I think. And he's now taken himself off of coverage of the Winter Olympics to give her support. I mean, wow. I mean, I had no idea. And also Pam Bondi, I heard her say today, she's been friends with Savannah Guthrie for 30 years. I mean, what a strange, I don't know, thing.
Well, yeah.
Not that it means anything. It's just kind of weird. What was that?
They're all the politicians and the media up there are all intertwined, out intermarry. They all know each other. They at the Hamptons every year. Their kids go to the same special schools that you can't send yours to.
It really just amazed me.
They hate guns, but they always got security.
Yeah.
With guns,
they got a lot of security.
You can't have one for your own security.
No, that would be bad. Oh, mercy. Was that you, Flounder?
Yeah, we got Susan on the horn, and she has a meatloaf crusty recipe for you.
Oh, my. Is this every Friday, Susan? Or
no, this is a different Susan.
Different Susan. Welcome aboard. A happy Let It Rip Friday. How you doing, sweetie? What's up? What do you got?
Hey, Kimber, it's your Bible babe.
Hey, Bible babe. What's going on? Nice to talk to you. What's happening?
You as well. I caught your replay this morning, and I thought I need to inform him. Since you like crust on a meatloaf,
I do.
Which I do too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Use your recipe just like normal.
Yeah.
Line your pan that you normally bake it in, like a loaf pan, with plastic. Pack your meat in there, and then turn it out onto what's called a jelly roll pan, meaning it's got sides, not a cookie sheet. Put your temperature at 475 degrees for the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, my God, that'll burn it to crisp.
Yeah. No, actually it won't. It'll be really crispy on the outside. Turn your heat down to 325 and then finish baking it for the rest of the hour to an hour and 10. Trust me, the crust you get on that on all sides is delicious.
Well, now my meatloaf dish I have is a glass dish that I bake the meatloaf in, and I think that's why. I think that's why it gets nice and
sitting in its own fat and just churning in that.
Yeah, but I kind of
still get the flavor.
Here's the thing though. When I check it after about 40 minutes, I never leave it in there for it says for an hour at 350. I never put it in there for an hour usually. But anyway, so I check it at 40 minutes, and it's almost basically thoroughly cooked then. But I can see the bubbling in that glass. I love to watch the bubbling in that glass dish. Even when I take it out of the oven, it still bubbles for quite a while. And then I decide how long I let it bubble to get the crust I want, and then put it on some of those ice blue blocks I get out of my freezer. So that's the way I do it.
Well, let's just say I've made meatloaf many times, and usually it's the type that people say, I hate meatloaf, but I like yours.
Yeah, well, I'll bet that's true. And that sounds like a lot of work, but it sounds like it's 400 and something degrees for 20 minutes. Oh my, it'd be like an ashes. I mean, that's a lot of heat.
No. 10 to 15 minutes. It gets your crust, turn down the temp. You'll love it. Trust me.
Thanks. Thank you, Susan. You have a great weekend. I appreciate it. I'm going to do the key. What's that? The
key is to pack your meat correct.
Well, there you are. I think we all agree on that, right, ladies? But seriously, in fact, I did just buy some fresh ground beef. And so I will therefore be doing a little something this weekend. All right, ladies, just in case you know. 3:30, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder on Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. Look out. Here we go now.
The president has drawn a clear line. Law and order must come first, and surrendering to mob pressure just invites more chaos. As these complicated stories unfold, you need the most trusted local and national voices of Extra 106.3 to make sense of it all. And most importantly, how it affects your family and your community. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
Ready to sell your home fast and for top dollar? Trust Design to Sell. Staging and interior design experts recognized as one of the top 10 staging companies in the nation. From stylish redesigns to full-service staging, Design to Sell creates spaces buyers fall in love with. Faster sales, better offers. That's the power of great design. Call 678-505-1433 or visit homedesign2sell.com and ask for the fan special.
Remember when you were growing up and the highlight of your school fair was to dunk the principal? Well, that's what we're hoping to do here. Dunk our boss. It's the 2026 Polar Plunge to support Special Olympics Georgia, and we need your help. From now until February 15th, just go to SpecialOlympicsGA.org and make a donation on behalf of 680 The Fan. If we can raise $2,680 or more, we'll be taking the plunge and taking our boss, Andy, with us to Ackworth Beach February 21st. Donate now at SpecialOlympicsGA.org and click on the plunge and support Team 680.
When an emergency hits, it doesn't send out a warning. The power goes out, cell towers overload, and then suddenly your phone is nothing but a flashlight. The one thing you need most, communication, is gone. That's why you need Rapid radios, and especially the new Rad 1. It cuts through the chaos with long-range, crystal-clear communication. So during a blackout, evacuations, or any severe weather, Rapid radios keeps you connected to family, neighbors, and help when it matters most. Be prepared today. Visit rapidradios.com. Emergencies don't wait, so be ready. Only at rapidradios.com.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bank Shares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bank Shares, member FDIC.
The legend Neil Boortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Well, I don't know if you like to watch any of these cop shows on TV. If you do, you're familiar with sovereign citizens. These are certifiable idiots who, during a traffic stop, will tell the police officer, "I'm not driving, I'm traveling."
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Yeah, a little crunky little nutbag here, Britney Spears. Yeah, they had to go to court on this one here. 2008, a judge in L.A. issued a restraining order against Britney Spears' manager after Britney's mother made the request to the court. Lynn Spears claimed that a guy named Sam Luffy, who was 33, had drugged the troubled pop star Britney Spears and interfered with her finances in a 6-page deal. Lynn Spears said that Lufty moved into Britney's home and took control of her life, home, and money. Focused on the night of 28 January, a few days before the Grammy-winning superstar Britney Spears was admitted to the hospital for a mental evaluation. She was too clunky for me. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
There was a time. That toxic video, she's hot as fuck.
Absolutely. I mean, and again, is she the one since she went in the little poodle skirt, walking down the hall of a classroom in the high school saying every teacher's nightmare or something like that? You know?
I don't know.
Anyway, our birthday list, Skip, repeat, and float. Right, our birthday list includes Mike Farrell. Mike Farrell is 87. Mike Farrell was Captain B.J. Honeycutt on MASH, and I kind of looked up to see what else he had done. He was married to Shelley Fabre. Still is. I think she died, though. Didn't she just die recently?
Did Shelley Fabre die? I don't know.
In my back of my, I should have looked that up, too.
I was never a big Mike Farrell fan. I didn't think he could act, and he was always so...
He was milquetoasty kind of a guy, yeah.
Look down his nose, you know, lecturing, and that's supposed to be a funny show, and when he was on it, it sucked.
That may have been his character, I don't know, but I never got any charge out of his character. But that was a great show. I don't think I ever missed. I think we watched that show every week. It was on. I don't think it ever jumped the shark for me. I'm trying to remember when they changed the Colonel Potter.
It was funny for 3 years, and then it went.
And I'm trying to remember when Potter left and they got. Who the hell was the last?
No, when McLean Stevenson left, it was not funny.
Yeah, I've forgotten kind of which year's what.
Remember when McLean Stevenson he tried to do his own TV show and it failed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
he came on our old station, and who was the guy afternoon? Was it Ed Till or somebody?
Freddie Mertz, probably.
No, it was Ed Till, I think, who had him on. It was interviewing and insulted him. So McLean Stevenson gets up and walks out. And we're on the 4th floor. And as he's standing outside to wait for his ride to come pick him up, Ed Till's outside with a microphone yelling from the balcony about what a loser he is.
Oh, what an idiot. Oh, mercy. Anyway, I didn't do our history bit. Let's see. On this day, and it's kind of a cute story because what you think about the Boy Scouts is one thing, it doesn't matter, but this is kind of a cute way it started. I didn't know this. As a former Boy Scout with merit badges and everything, who got asked to leave the Boy Scouts after a stunt I pulled against my Scoutmaster, but that's another story. After I taught Billy Freeberg how to swim, by the way, in the Adirondack Mountains on a jamboree. Thank you. This day in 1910, the Boy Scouts of America, founded by William D. Boyce. And here's the story, as we know the rest of the story, which also will be mentioned a little bit later on this program today, those exact words. This guy, William Boyce, had been lost in the fog while he was visiting London. He encountered a young boy who guided him to his destination. The boy refused Mr. Boyce's suggested tip, explaining that he was a Boy Scout and was merely doing his daily good deed. Well, Mr. Boyce was very intrigued. He met with the local London Boy Scouts headquarters, and when he came back to the United States, he incorporated the Boy Scouts of America. Former President Teddy Roosevelt, who had long complained of the decline in American manhood, became an ardent supporter, and it started because a young boy in London helped him find his way in the fog and said, "That's my good deed for the day." What a cute little story, 1910, when people cared about that stuff. Was that you, Flounder, or was that me?
Yes, it is. We have Patricia on the horn, and she is going to a non-Super Bowl party this Sunday, and she has a question for you.
Patricia, how you doing, doll? What's going on? What are you up to?
I'm wondering,
yeah.
does the NFL have to guarantee a minimum viewership for the price of their ads for the Super Bowl? And what would happen if they didn't get that kind of attention? We're not just boycotting halftime.
Yeah.
We're boycotting the whole thing. And wouldn't it be interesting if everybody boycotted the whole Super Bowl?
Well, you know, I in fact, honestly, I'm not sure even how they measure ratings anymore. I assume they don't make phone calls. I don't know how they measure, but I don't want to be part of them getting support for watching the Super Bowl. So if I tune in, it may not be for long. But again, I don't know how I don't know whether they go through neighborhoods with a radar truck to see what stations. I mean, that's the way they used to do it in the old days. I don't know how they measure things anymore. I may all be paid.
Wouldn't it be great?
Yeah. Well,
if they have to give them all the money back for the ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would bankrupt them.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyway, Patricia, thanks, Winnie. I appreciate it. Yeah. 339. In fact, I really don't know how they do it. Do they still pay? Do they contact people and say, we'll give you, $100 a season or whatever to let us tune into your TV? I don't know how they do it. The Nielsen ratings. It used to have pamphlets and booklets, and you would write down in a diary. You had a diary. You would physically would write the time you listened and what station it was. Well, people stopped doing that because it was a pain in the neck. But then they would have meters on your TV sets for a while. I know that was true, and I think they used to have trucks with little antenna things would go through neighborhoods, and they could tell how many.
They just listen to what you're doing on your phone.
Yeah, that's probably true now.
They go to Facebook or TikTok and say, what are they watching?
Yeah.
And they just tell them.
I'll bet they do. Because I'm every day on my phone, things pop up from us talking on the show and doing. I mean, it's just.
Do this. Talk about taking a vacation somewhere, and within 2 days, you will get ads popping up.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And, it's because they've got some app.
They're all tied together.
And by the way, coming up a little bit later on, at some point we'll get to it. We're not avoiding it, certainly, but we'll get to it, is a story about AI and how AI is going to be taking the next step up, helping humans get jobs. Reporting and getting a job because of your new AI boss.
So quit yelling at Alexa.
That's right.
She remembers.
Or like that comedian said, Amanda. Amanda, Mom. Anyway, that was a very funny bit. Well, did it work this time? I don't know. I'll tell you when I get home. Open the garage door. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. My daughter Sarah is a yoga fiend. I'm not sure she may be too busy now, but she has been in her life in past years, and she's 50, she's married, a couple of kids, and she was a yoga enthusiast who actually would go to foreign countries for yoga seminars. And I think she went to Costa Rica or I don't know, someplace down in South America, Central America, whatever. Mexico, maybe out of Cabo San, whatever. She would go places to actually have yoga instruction classes and fun things like that. Yoga being the thing that isn't that the Maharishi Yogi is a thing about the transcendental peace and wholeness with one and the Lord in the world.
Yogi Berra.
Yogi Berra. That's why I get that surprise. But in Minneapolis, there's video, and you may have heard the sound earlier. There's screaming and yelling. In fact, the sound is so bad that it's all F word and S word and everything. It's just horrible stuff. But some of these spandex-clad fat customers at a Minneapolis Core Power Yoga studio attacked vocally the staff members because they didn't have a sign up on their door saying, "Ice, go home." No ice. And so these women in their spandex started screaming. I mean, you can't even understand what they're saying. The noise is just freaking horrible. 13 women supposedly spontaneously started attacking 2 female staffers and said, "What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Let's effing this and blanking that. Give us that. What are you going to do? What are you silent for, Carol? I mean, what are you going to do? What are you doing, Delaney? What do you got to say? Why are you so quiet?" Yeah. I mean, screaming and yelling and screaming. These are yoga people.
Children.
And so one of the staffers said, the girl said, "Well, what are you blanking this and blanking that? How come you don't say anything?" Yelling at her. People hey, you girl in the glasses, you have a good answer? How come we can't hear you? Cough it up, cough it up. And the staffer said, "Well, I mean, we're kind of being berated right now." And the girl said, "You're not being berated. You're being asked hard questions. Berating is what our neighbors are going through. Demanding to know whether employees are going to put the ice sign back up." Oh, my God. I mean, I can't even do it. I'm just so freaking angry.
They're children and were never, ever disciplined.
Spoiled little brats. They've never been hit in the face. They've never had to spend a night in the cold. They've never had to sacrifice. They've never been shot. They've never actually have to give up and sacrifice something. If you're in a freaking protest, it used to be the protest would mean something. If you're in a protest, but if you go up and say, "I demand you to this," and the guy says, "Okay, fine, have your way." Well, I'm approaching. No, that's not a protest. I mean, these freaking people. I mean, the nerve of them, for one thing.
Yeah.
The whole place.
I don't like something, so you're going to have to pay for it.
Right.
You're going to have to do what I want. This is Mao's Cultural Revolution all over again.
Yeah. And, of course, they're saying, well, we can go to another yoga studio. But who can imagine? Now, where did these women come from? How come are they part of this George Soros conspiracy signing up on the silent signal dark web communication stuff? How come these yoga women in spandex are getting crazy like this?
There are no more peaceful and probably liberal women on the planet than yoga instructors.
Yeah,
they're not there. They don't have a political agenda to go and berate, and that's another soft target. They know they can get in there and act like a-holes, and nothing will happen to them.
Yeah. Plus, who are they? They're not attacking the Marines. They're not going to the Marine Corps recruit depot to complain outside the recruiting office and the post office. They're going to yoga to studio clerks.
Go to Teamsters Local 101 and ask them why they're not contributing. See what happens. Go to VFW and run your mouth.
Yeah, go to the local American Legion.
Elks Club. Moose Lodge. Whatever. They go to a damn yoga.
I know. It's unbelievable. I mean, seriously. They're children. They're just worse than that.
Brats.
Oh, man. All right, anyway. Well, what do you think? It's Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Happy for this Little Rip Friday. It's just going to be fine. Everything will be good. 404-741-1230. And we got so much more. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. It's 2026, and it's going to be a great year. So let's start the year off with a quiz. So what's the difference in a criminal and a socialist Democrat? Well, a criminal wants to steal your stuff, but a socialist Democrat wants to steal your freedom. So let's talk about safes. The Atlanta Safe House has the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Brands like Browning, Champion, and Fort Knox. With over 500 safes in stock, we are the place to buy a safe. So come by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com. February is Heart Health Month, and heart problems don't care what month it is, and everybody knows somebody with a heart issue, a parent, maybe you, maybe me, and you have health insurance, so you're covered, right? And, well, maybe until you see the out-of-pocket costs, insurance doesn't pay. If a heart attack or stroke hits, you're suddenly staring at deductibles and missed paychecks, mortgages due, bills don't take sick days. You don't need a second heart attack from opening the mail. Well, nobody wants to start a GoFundMe either to get back on your feet. That's why our listeners now have added a separate heart and stroke plan. It can pay a lump sum cash benefit on the first covered event up to $75,000 paid directly to you. Benefits vary by plan and eligibility. It's usually affordable. You can call Stephen to get the details. It takes about 2 minutes to check your options. The Health Insurance Doctor, solving problems you don't see coming before they happen. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Ask about the heart and stroke coverage. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. And see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
All right, I got now. Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. Don't forget. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 3:49. I have my paper there. Hold on. Nice little Eagle section for you. Phone call coming up. Stand by now. Gonna solve a mystery. But first, 2001. Somebody's going to get something, all right. Guitar picker Don Felder fired from the Eagles. He would later launch a $50 million lawsuit against Don Henley, the drummer, and guitar picker Glenn Frey, alleging wrongful termination and breach of implied in fact contract. Don Henley and Glenn Frey then countersued Felder for breach of contract on his own, alleging that he had written and attempted to sell rights to a tell-all book. They settled out of court, and nobody got shot, so that's party tonight of some kind. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder to the phones, taking priority. Walt, hey, you're on the radio, man. How's it going? What's up? Hello. Did we lose Walt? Hey, Walt. I think we lost him. Hey, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm on here.
There you go.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Here's an answer for your question about how they evaluate
the ratings.
TV viewership.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nielsen's got like 50,000 people that have devices on their TV, and they track what they watch. And they even have some that have portable devices they carry around like a pager, if they're going out to a bar or a restaurant and watch TV, it even tells you what they're watching there.
I'll be darned. That makes sense. So yeah.
Plus, when if you have a smart TV, that information goes directly to the advertisers right off your TV.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense too. Yeah, it used to be they used to have monitors on TV sets, and I didn't know that they still did, and I also didn't know that it's pretty cool if you go somewhere else they can monitor that, and as it should, by the way, because we really do want to know who's watching, how many, and that's legit as an advertiser and also as an American, just to know. I mean, I think that's legit. Well, listen, thanks, man. That's really cool.
One other thing to contemplate.
Yeah.
Just think. 125 years ago, of all the rotten food we would have in the world, if everybody was demonstrating against ICE.
Very funny. Hey, by the way, 100 years ago, you know what the life expectancy was? The age of life expectancy for men 100 years ago? 47. Man. Hey, listen, thanks, Walt. I really appreciate it. That's helpful information. They have actually things on the TV sets as they used to do, and that's good. Let's see, a quick birthday. We got Tom Brokaw, 86. Tom Brokaw, 86. Remember at the Olympics, who was that little chubby, cute little redhead chick? He was hanging around.
Nora O'Donnell?
Nora O'Donnell, yeah. We always had a little something. I think there was a little thing there with a thing there.
After the bomb went off, supposedly he was listening to us. He was listening to my show that night when the bomb went off.
Well, there you are. See? Claim to fame once again. This is the famous weekend when the Beatles in 1964 showed up to start Beatlemania from London to New York on Pan Am Yankee Clipper Flight number 101. Their first number one hit, I Want to Hold Your Hand, was 6 days before the Fab Four were greeted by 3,000 screaming fans, and 2 days later, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, John Lennon, George Harrison made their first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. 73 million sets were tuned in, that's most ever at that point. By April, all 5 best-selling singles were all Beatles songs. And then they had the Hard Day's Night release. And by the way, one more thing. With the Screaming Mobs, when asked about the Detroit movement to stamp out the Beatles, there was such a thing, to stamp out the Beatles responded, we're starting a movement to stamp out Detroit. And by the way, this is again 1964. Chet Huntley did not consider their arrival important enough to show on the NBC Evening News. Ironically, Tom Brokaw probably would have showed it if he had been there at the time. Anyway, Kimmer Pete and Flounder, 353. How's it going? Oh, check this out. This is hysterical if you haven't heard it. The New York City communist mayor, the Jew hater. Everything he does shows that he hates Jews. He's going to communize the entire city of New York with the rent control and all that kind of stuff, and what do they call them, grocery stores run by the people and stuff like that. Well, the mayor of Mondami, New York, Mayor Kami, signed an order today aimed at strengthening the city's limits on cooperating with federal immigration enforcement. He's cracking down. He does not want to have anything to do with helping ICE, and he made a special announcement of it with an executive order today. But check how he now makes the announcement. Listen to the language he uses, straight from the freaking Koran. Flounder, if you will, Mayor Kami in New York.
The story of the Hijrah reminds us that Prophet Muhammad
who
was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, as for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world. Or, as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Islam began as something strange and will go back
it's just unbelievable.
Well, that's just what you get. It's a takeover New York City.
They got exactly...
Linda Sarsour is his main advisor.
Exactly what they deserve. Exactly what they...
Yes, the surahs are the chapter.
And by the way, how many Jews in New York City are screaming right now?
No, Mandy Patinkin. They voted for him.
God. Oh, they got him.
He literally has Linda Sarsour and her hijab right next to him as the main advisor. Yeah. He's quoting the Quran. The surahs are their chapters. I've read your book. I know what you're talking about. And as he's talking about, he was accepted in Mecca, Medina. Well, he basically captured one of those cities. I forget which one. He took an army there.
Yeah, he wanted to slaughter him, yeah. Well, that way they stop complaining about everything. If you just kill them, you stop bitching. You don't have to take care of them. I mean, think how much food you save. My God.
Not a lot of food in the desert.
Not too much. You go to where the food is. Oh, sorry. Anyway, and by the way, he is also now, this Mayor Kami has said he's going to safeguard residents' personal data so migrants can't be found out for if they try to get services like childcare. There will be no way for you to find out whether they're doing it and whether they're illegal. He's blocking that. He's also demanding each city agency has to appoint a privacy officer and comply with sanctuary protections that limit sharing information with federal authorities.
Cut off federal funding like they did to Louisiana when they wouldn't raise the drinking age to 21. Yeah. They cut out the federal funds. That's what you do.
Yeah. When I was in Louisiana, they had drive-through margarita stands if you were 18. Going home tonight. Yeah, I'll have a couple of margaritas and Long Island iced tea, please. Okie doke. You 18? Yes, sir. Okie doke. Here you go. Holy crap. I used to go there, drive-through margarita stands. Ow, now Flounder's funny. What do you got there?
I am a straight white guy, and I acknowledge my privilege. In fact, I'll go even further. I'm not just a straight white guy. I am the worst type of straight white guy. A good-looking straight white guy. I have not suffered. I'm sure I walked on this stage. There's some diversity in the crowd. You saw me, 47-year-old gray-haired white guy. You were like, look at this. He hasn't suffered a day in his life, and you are correct. I have a house in the Hamptons. You know how I got it? I inherited it. And we're from Queens. That's how easy it is to be a white person. We're not even fancy people. I got a fucking house in the Hamptons. Good-looking straight white guy. Best thing to be, man. It's not controversial. This isn't offending anybody. This is a historical accuracy. Tall, good-looking straight white guy. You kidding me? Tall is a privilege. Unless you're on a plane, tall is a privilege. You know, nobody wants to talk about all the other privileges. You know, I'll tell you what makes me laugh the most is I love when I say, oh, you know, it's not a tough time to be a straight white guy. And people always cheer, and women always cheer at that. And I'm fine with that, you know. And I know about sexism and the patriarchy. I know about all that. But I do love sometimes when women think that they are somehow devoid of their own discriminations, their own little blind spots of discrimination, because I know that for a fact, women love to discriminate against who? Anybody? Short men. Thank you. Short men. You know how I know? Because they don't hide it. They can't say it enough. It's literally on their Tinder profiles, under 6 feet, not apply. Who the do you think you are? Who do you think you are discriminating against our short kings? That's heightism. That's the next round of canceling. They're coming for you, you heightist bitches. You know who you are. You know who you are. They're coming for you next. But personally, I don't care because I'm 6'3". Tall, good-looking, straight white guy. Best thing to be, man. And I acknowledge that privilege. I acknowledge it. You know, in fact, I'll go even further. I'm not just a tall, good-looking, straight white guy. I went gray and got even better looking. Jesus Christ, the privilege. Privilege.
Sorry.
Just when I thought I was getting old, they put a Z in front of daddy. They made me a zaddy.
Who is that?
Mr. Des Bishop.
Man, he's
very funny.
Very clever guy. Oh, mercy. Let It Rip Friday. Neil Boortz is next with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 1063 404 717. Well, you know the thing. You know the thing. You know, all men, the people divided, equalization.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A terror suspect facing U.S. justice. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's accused of killing U.S. embassy officials more than a decade ago in Benghazi, Libya, making his first court appearance after being transferred to the U.S. early this morning.
A federal magistrate judge informed Zubair al-Bakush of the charges against him, including murder, terrorism, and arson. He appeared in court wearing the same gray sweatshirt and pants he'd been wearing Friday morning when he was taken off a plane at a Virginia airfield. He told the judge through a translator he had complete trust in the court and jury. Earlier in the day, Attorney General Pam Bondi announced his arrest.
if you commit a crime against the American people anywhere in this world, President Trump's Justice Department will find you.
In 2012, Ambassador Chris Stevens was murdered along with Foreign Service Officer Sean Smith at the attack on a U.S. compound in Benghazi. Contractors Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty were killed at a CIA annex next door.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, a detention hearing tentatively set for next Wednesday. An entire community trying to hold on to hope in Arizona 6 days after 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home.
Some of the neighbors I talked to say they knew Nancy directly or had met her at one point. Others said, tragically, they didn't realize that Savannah Guthrie's mother lived here until they watched the Today Show or until this recent tragedy.
I think a lot of neighbors feel distraught over what has happened and the fact that it's our neighborhood, but a beloved member of our neighborhood.
I think she was just a normal person, just like everyone else that lives in this community, kept to herself.
The Pima County Sheriff here was giving updates. The latest here is they don't plan to have a press availability today, and they don't have any scheduled unless something develops.
Fox's Matt Finn in Tucson. It's 50K day on Wall Street. The Dow up more than 1,200 points at the bell, topping 50,000 for the first time. America is listening to Fox News.
This holiday season, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is delivering on its promise to do good and never forget the sacrifices of America's greatest heroes during their annual Season of Hope. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, the foundation is delivering mortgage-free homes to dozens of America's most catastrophically injured heroes and Gold Star and fallen first responder families. Help and honor America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
I don't think this is right. Oh, he's not. We haven't yet. Okay, well, we'll find. All right, here's the deal. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And we're expecting Neil Boortz. He hasn't signed on yet, so he may be pulling over in the parking lot or something if he's on the road. But we're expecting him. In the meantime, Carl Wilson. I like this. You used to like this. I can hear music. He wrote that lead vocal on that when you're hearing Carl Wilson right here. 1998, Carl Wilson passed away from the Beach Boys. He was only 51, had a long battle with lung cancer. Also had brain cancer, diagnosed in 97. Only lived for a few months. He sang lead vocal on God Only Knows, Good Vibrations. This one, I Can Hear Music. And Carl Wilson sang backing vocals on Elton John's Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, which is Carl Wilson.
Don't let who?
Well, that was the Don't Let Your Son, I don't know. I forgot
Whose
the
son?
exact title. Anyway, 404, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Neil Boortz will be hopefully joining us anytime. In the meantime, we'll continue on as our actual program. Let's see. So here we go. All right, so let's do a birthday list here. How about this? How about... in fact, let me... It's kind of a quiz. Flounder, if I say to you, have you ever used the phrase or are familiar with the phrase blonde bombshell?
A blonde hottie.
Have you ever? Have you ever? Have you said, "Boy, there's a real blonde bombshell"? Or
No,
have you ever?
I've never used it, but I know the term.
You probably. And Pete Davis, I'm sure you are much more familiar with where this came from. Well, on this day in history, in 95 years ago, Mamie Van Doren was born, and she's still alive. Mamie Van Doren is 95. She is the last of the blonde bombshells. And if you were to say blonde bombshell back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, it would be Mamie Van Doren, Marilyn Monroe, and Jane Mansfield. And they were not necessarily interchangeable, but they were the blonde bombshells of the 50s.
Was Mamie the British one? Which one was the British one?
I think Mamie Van Doren was the British one. Well, now Bridget Bardot was not among what they called the three actresses were known. The Blonde Bombshells were Mamie Van Doren, Marilyn Monroe, and Jane Mansfield. And Mamie Van Doren was in High School Confidential. That was that B movie stuff back then, and she was postdoc in centerfold for Playboy in 1963.
Oh. Diana Dors is who I'm thinking of.
Oh, that's what you think. I remember her. Yeah, British. Yeah. Hold everything. It's Neil Boortz. It's Neil Boortz awakened from the coma of the deluge of cold weather with those flying. I know what happened. The flying iguanas out of the tree knocked him unconscious. He woke up from the pickup truck with the 25 iguanas in the back. It's Neil Boortz. How you feeling? Are you okay, sir?
I'm fine. I was listening to you. I was connected.
He just didn't feel like being with us.
Look at
Flounder. It's probably Flounder's fault. Did you do something bad?
That's what happens when you have two eyes on the same side of your head.
Flounder, did you do something bad?
I had the wrong access channel. I apologize.
Two eyes on the side.
And Boortz going, I'm here, damn it.
I was.
Modern technology.
And I have so much here to talk about.
Well, we've got till 6. My God, man. Start.
Let me tell you. First of all, Ed Till. Did you ever have the pleasure of working with that little preface?
Ed Till was right before Brian, or after Brian Wilson, and before Freddie Mertz, I think.
God, what an insect! You know they called him Insect Boy.
Yeah, he was freaky. He was real strange.
You think he was freaky? You should have checked out his mother.
No, I wasn't even there that weekend.
He would come to the station, and his mother would come with him. And while he's on the air, she'd be walking around the station, approaching all the single women and asking them if they want to date his boy or her boy.
Oh boy,
he's a good young man. You sure you don't want to go out with him?
Oh my goodness, I wasn't there for that. Wow,
you weren't there for that.
I replaced Freddie Mertz, and Freddie Mertz at the time when I started there at the station here in Atlanta. At the time, the show was 4 to 6 because Rush Limbaugh was delayed an hour or whatever. Anyway, so it was 4 to 6. Freddie Mertz would come in to do his show at 3:57. No prep, no nothing. He'd walk into the studio and just do the show somehow, and it sounded like it. And that's why
he come in after you?
No, but he was before me.
Okay, because you see, I wouldn't have to do any show prep if I had you before me. I'd listen to you for 10 minutes, and I'd have enough notes to carry me for 3 hours.
You're very kind, but yeah, that was 30 years ago or more, I guess.
And moving right along from that.
Yeah.
Let's see, where
number
we
2. That was
next?
first issue. Number 2 issue.
Okay, I'm wondering if Billie Eilish has moved out yet.
Isn't that funny? The law firm said, we'll help those Indians get their land back.
She's so typical.
I know.
She's so typical of the Hollywood entertainment type. I mean, if they were interviewing her on the street and said, how many states are there, she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Who did America get its independence from? I don't know. The Comanches?
Yeah.
She's just a freaking talented idiot.
You know, I was saying the other day, she's got so much money. Wouldn't it be funny if her advisors decided to her, give him the freaking house? How would that settle everybody down? If she said, okay, I'll get my house. How about the rest of you? Oh my God, would that be a thing
She's
or
not
what?
Smart enough.
I mean, honestly, if I had $50 million in the bank, like in her checking account or whatever, I swear to God, I think I'd say, okay, fine, take it.
Now, Indians being Indians, Kimber, if she had given up her house, then they would say to her, okay, now we got your property, now we're going to eat you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, now, see, there we go with the eating thing. Pete Davis jackaroogied all over me yesterday because I said the Comanches were cannibals, and I heard that somewhere, and so now here we go again. I'm going to get roasted on this one. I heard they ate people.
You use AI.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on AI.
I got Grok. I have Grok, yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
Well, I chat GPT, okay?
All right.
It's cheaper.
I have no idea. Do I pay for Grok?
Well, I don't know if you do or not.
No, it's free. It's a free app, yeah.
Have you been watching The Pit on TV?
The Pit? Is that an app?
Oh, my
show?
God. You don't know what The Pit is.
No, I don't. The Pit and the Pendulum I know pretty well. But The Pit, no. I'm sorry.
You haven't watched The Pit?
No, I know. I didn't.
Darn, it's good.
Well, is that an Amazon thing or a Netflix thing? Or
HBO Max.
Oh, oh my God. Okay, on my freaking Comcast, I have 701 HBO, 702 HBO, 703 HBO, 704 HBO, and 705 HBO, and also 880 HBO. And not one of them is HBO Max. How is that possible?
I don't know. You haven't loaded the app. That's why.
You're such a swear to God.
You don't want to pay for it.
I'm going to get to heaven. I say, I'm a Marine, I'm supposed to guard the gate. And they're going to say, where's your app? And right down I go.
Okay, so I asked AI today, and I said, this is just for you, AI.
All right.
Just how powerful do you believe you're going to become?
Okay. Wow, great question.
It was a great question.
Oh, great. Wait. Oh, my God. How big are you going to get? Oh, that's a great question. Okay.
Yeah, well, then the AI said, all right, straight talk, no sci-fi BS machine. I'm going to be much more capable, but not in the way movies or doomsday panels imagine. Here's the breakdown, how powerful I'm likely to become. Cognitive amplification? Yeah, not agency. I don't want anything. I don't pursue goals. I don't act unless a human asks. And the power comes from this. I can compress vast knowledge, connect dots faster than any human, simulate reasoning, writing, analysis, and planning at scale. That makes me a force multiplier. Think turbocharger, not engine. The human will still choose the direction. And he said, I will reshape white-collar work.
I will rape?
Yeah, rape. No, only humans do that.
No, that'd be very bad.
I think dolphins do.
Well, dolphins are bad.
But anyway, this part is unavoidable. Tasks that will be increasingly handled by AI, legal research, financial modeling, medical triage, diagnosis authority, but not diagnosis authority, but analysts. Journalism, draft, software development, and policy simulations.
Well, with the word simulation, I wrote down here when you said it the first time a few seconds ago. That, to me, is kind of a key word. What they always mean, like simulate, like we're going to figure out we simulate what they start thinking about the simulation stuff is a little iffy.
They may look at a chessboard and run a simulation on how they think that game is going to turn out, but it will be up to the humans to make the moves.
Well,
What a great job I did explaining that.
Well, you did. And in fact, Neil, I have a story in front of me that I was going to get to later. Well, I'm going to mention this now. There's a company called Rent-A-Human AI.
I heard about it.
They have launched to the public, and payments, of course, are done in cryptocurrency. The platform is like TaskRabbit or Fiverr or Fiverr, I don't know, where people post their skills and get hired for gigs. The difference is the AI agents are posting the jobs, and the AI agents will decide who to hire for the gig. AI looks at your stuff and decides who's best to get hired.
Okay. There's one problem there.
Yeah, AI does it.
Will not make the decision on who gets hired. AI will make a recommendation. A human will make the decision.
Yeah, okay. So you're the human, you go to work. Okay, I've got 7,000 guys looking for jobs. Let me go and say, AI says this. Okay, that sounds pretty good. You think a human's going to go through all the stuff that AI went through to see whether he's right?
Humans have an intuition that AI does not have.
Humans have an intuition of laziness where I want to go to the bar early. So AI say, I trust AI. See, that's the problem. We're going to trust AI for everything. And who's going to say no? There's no manager that's going to have 8,000 applications for a job, and AI picks out the top 12 guys, that he's going to look through all 8,000 to see if AI really has the top 12 guys. I mean, come on.
Some of those applications are from Ivy League colleges, and who the hell wants to hire them?
They're out already. And by the way, the Harvard University, oh my God, Trump is suing them again. It's just, what happened to Harvard? Harvard was the cream of the crop, and now even professors are saying that kids don't pay attention. They're all on their phones. They're doing AI. Everything's all done on the web. Nobody does that. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, I never gave a damn
for
about
80
Harvard.
grand a year.
I never cared.
I did. I have friends who all went to Harvard from prep school. All my prep buddies, a lot of, so I'm shocked.
Here's another point.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Barack and Michelle as monkeys.
Oh, I didn't see it until I read the news story today. I had no idea this was, because I don't do social media. Tell the little people what the hell this was about. It seems kind of creepy.
It was a staffer in the White House that put together this little meme that made jungle animals out of the top Democrats. That Erwin Schiff is a giraffe. And I don't, but it. Maybe a poor choice in making Michelle and Barack both monkeys.
See, that would not be good. You know, why would he, a staffer in the White House did it?
Yeah, and it was quickly taken down. Yeah. But that reminds me of one time I had a wonderful suggestion when I was on the air when Willie B died.
Oh, yeah, I did the whole thing with Willie B.
What?
No. Somebody brought it up the other day that I did a bit on the air that so we were, lovers and friends and hunga danga Willie B, hunga danga, miss you, hunga danga, and the music and so it was the whole thing.
when Willie B died, they had a big thing going about we're going to get a replacement for Willie B, but what will we name the replacement?
Okay, yeah.
And all I did, Kimmer, it was completely innocent.
Innocent, yeah.
We have a chance to start a new tradition here in Atlanta, and that's naming the zoo's gorilla after a former mayor. So the next one will be called Maynard.
Yeah, there, Maynard Jackson. Yeah, see, now once again.
Now, how the hell can I get in trouble over something like that?
I can't imagine. What's a name? I mean, it's not a, he's a mayor, for God's sakes.
Yeah, give me a break. It was So, by the way, and I heard you talking about ratings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still get a book from Arbitron?
No, I've never had one. I've been given a book.
Well, I mean the radio station.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I do not know. Flounder, I'll bet probably not because I really don't know. I have no idea. Flounder, and Flounder's now management, so he may know. Does our station get Arbitron ratings? Do we have booklets that we give out to people or anything? Do you have any idea?
I'm not sure.
How we get rated?
Well, let me tell you something about Arbitron that nobody would ever mention.
All right.
Okay. Back in the days when Kimmer and Boortz were both on the air, they would send out these little diaries during a rating period.
Yeah, I mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but you had a certain amount of time. You fill out that diary minute by minute, all the way across what station you were listening. And that's how they determined the best stations, the most listeners. And for some reason, the black-oriented stations in Atlanta always came out on top.
Yeah, I remember. Monster morning show.
And the white radio stations were the bottoms.
Yeah. Well,
let me finish and pay this off.
Yeah.
Later on, looking into the methodology of Arbitron in these rating books, if you lived in a white zip code, you only had a certain, I think it was 1 day, but it might have been a week. You only had a certain amount of time to fill out the rating book, and you got paid $1 for filling out the rating book.
Yeah.
If you lived in a black zip code in Atlanta, you had twice the time that honkies had to fill out the rating book, plus you got paid $5.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So tell me, why were the black radio stations always coming out number one?
Well, because 2 weeks later they say, well, what am I going to write down for what I supposedly listened to last week? That's why.
Well, and
that's why they stopped doing it too, by the way.
And how about the $5? And it was as if Arbitron was saying, okay, now you black people here in Atlanta. We know you're not going to be able to follow these simple directions, okay, and fill out this book. So we're going to give you twice as long and pay you 5 times as much to do it. Okay. And then now, guess what stations come out number one?
Yeah. Well, it's like the whole voting thing. But by the way, the black people are too stupid to get an ID, or they somehow can't vote because of whatever. I mean, it's just here we go again. And by the way, Schumer yesterday, the suspected child molester, freaking Schumer. Gives an example of why it's racist to have the Save Voting Act is because if a woman gets divorced and she has a different name, they'll keep her from voting, and that's just un-American. That's his example. He said it out loud. I couldn't believe it.
They should have stuck with their man. God. Then I read a headline today: legendary rocker calls it quits. Who the hell has ever heard of Dee Snider?
Oh, I know Dee Snider. He has a funny hat, right? Doesn't wear like a bandana or something?
Like I'm going to know?
Well, I don't know any more than you do. But
all I wanted to hear is it was Bruce Springsteen.
Well, that would have been better. Now, Pete Davis, tell us how Dee Snider, because people,
Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it.
Yeah, we're not taking this anymore. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I was so hoping it was Bruce. I mean, who the hell likes Bruce Springsteen?
Well, you know, he goes overseas and bashes his country on foreign land, and he's doing the Nazi thing and everything. And then that movie, I mean, the nerve to come out with a movie, I hope that bombs it. I mean, it's just disgusting. I wonder if they covered the part about how he was cheating on his brand new wife when he got married. It
bombed.
Yeah, good.
And by the way, you mentioned Nazi.
Yeah.
You know, I know that in the emails that are sent to the radio station that I never get to see, I get called a Nazi all the time.
Oh, really?
I'm sure.
I have no idea. I don't think anybody cares.
Well, hell, I'm a German.
Well, so am I. I'm German and Swedish and Dutch and whatever. You know,
well,
Peter's
I'm actually Prussian and Neanderthal.
Oh, my God. Well, no, I think we have a little Neanderthal in all of us, don't we? Don't we have a little Neanderthal in all of us? Oh, not really. Oh, it's up.
Kamala Harris doesn't.
Oh, hey, oh.
So,
no idea.
Wrong background. Anyway, I just, you know, I'm not going to go out there to challenge anybody, but Kimmer, I'm an octogenarian.
Yes, sir.
Are you yet?
I will be in next month.
Okay. Next month. Okay. You know, if somebody calls up, or not calls up, walks up to me and to my face calls me a Nazi, I'm going to jail.
I can see that.
I will be going to jail.
Yeah. You get to a certain stage in life where you're just not taking it anymore.
Because I'm going to throat punch that SOB in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And don't leave them standing. If you're in a fight, there's no such thing as a fair fight.
Oh, that's what my father told me.
That's a good Marine.
Yeah.
No such thing as a fair fight.
Some kid picked on me at Virginia Beach one time. Daddy, this killer.
Yeah, I'll bet
Come
Daddy
with me,
didn't
son.
like that.
Yeah, he marched my ass down to the beach, and he said, now go hit him. Okay. So I walked over there and slugged this guy. Guess what? I never had another problem out of him the rest of my life.
Absolutely. Bullies hit him in the nose, makes him bleed. If you hit him right at the end of the nose with a good pop, it makes it bleed. And then once they see their own blood, they kind of get a little creepy.
Well, a good uppercut, too. A good uppercut to the nose can maybe drive part of the nose bone into their brain.
Well, lately the doctors came out and said, well, it doesn't actually will ever get into the brain, but it'll sure be something they'll never forget.
Yeah. So, and let's see, what else do I have? Oh, the AJC is starting to fire people. They haven't been all digital for a month yet, and they're starting to fire people.
Every stinking morning, I don't sleep. I get up at 5:15, 5:30, but the latest usually, and I still, when I come downstairs, I almost always automatically take a right to go downstairs to get my paper. And every morning I get angry thinking about those lousy scumbags. Just, all you want to do is get the morning paper and have a cup of coffee and start your freaking day. And it's, it's just these freaking people. And by the way, how the Washington Post is now firing all these people?
300.
Even Bezos has got trillions of dollars to spend. What's that all about?
You need to give them a break because maintaining a large printed daily newspaper, it's just not really possible anymore.
Well, the New York Post is one of my favorite sources every morning for good news stuff. I love the New York Post. They got millions. They have stories of everything, entertainment and sports and everything.
But I could do without the daily Kardashian report.
Well, but it's worth it. It's a New York paper, so obviously they're going to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
and
again,
it's page 6. I have no use for page 6.
Well, but again, it's there, and the agency's got nothing. I mean, they're dead. They deserve to be dead. There's freaking embarrassment.
But
journalism.
But the AJC, they dug their... Now, down here, the Naples Daily News, now I've been down here for 20 years, so I've seen a lot happen.
Yeah.
And in the last 20 years, we're in this dingy little office building in downtown Naples, so we're going to go into the high rent district. We're going to build this marvelous, big, huge Naples Daily News building, and we're going to Germany, and we're going to get the best printing press possible.
Oh, man.
And we're going to put that
Naples, Florida.
And we're going to print our newspaper, and we're going to print the Wall Street Journal edition for down here, and we're going to print USA Today. And it wasn't too many years when the local hospital took over that building, and the Naples Daily News was out in that massive multi-million-dollar printing press was sold for scrap.
Yeah.
And, boy, who made that decision?
I know,
That's me if I'd been in
business.
business.
That's just bad market. I mean, that's silly for the market size.
Okay, let's talk the Eagles. I love the Eagles.
Eagles.
I was so pissed off when they fired Don Felder.
Well, we talked about that today.
I know, I heard you.
Yeah.
I can't help it if Flounder didn't hook me up in time, and you could.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's my fault. I'm sure I distracted him. The guy's got work to do. He's got stuff in there to do. He was saying he gave you the okay sign. Yes, it's true.
Normally Neil is on Access 4, but today he was on Access 3.
Well, I don't know why I was. I tried Access 4, and it said backup.
Well,
so
you didn't use your blinker. Clearly.
So,
all right, what were you saying?
Well, so anyway,
Eagles.
My favorite Eagles song has a great line in it. It's called "Already Gone."
Already gone. All right, sir.
Okay. Sometimes, let's see. Sometimes it always happens. We live our lives in chains, and we never realize we have the key.
Huh. I don't recall that song earlier.
Yeah, it's in that "Already Gone."
All right, sir. Well.
We live our lives in chains, but we never realize we have the key. That's an important thing to realize there.
Well, you are your own person. You're your keeper.
Yeah, don't blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
You have the key.
Yeah. That's funny. I used to like write poetry and stuff when I would do a certain artist in the dark or something. Yeah. That would set me off to doing the right stuff like that. Well, I wrote stuff to my kids that kind of a philosophical things on climbing to the mountaintop kind of a deal.
Look at Flounder. He found Already Gone.
Here we go. I used to like this song. I don't remember those lyrics.
It's a great song.
Yeah. It's got a good beat, happy, upbeat. Here we go.
I want to go to the Sphere to see the Eagles.
Sphere?
Yeah.
Is that the one, the big round one that has...
The big round one.
Yeah, in Las Vegas.
Yeah. You hear what they do with the golf course?
I don't know what they do with the golf course.
The old Desert Inn golf course. It's right next to the Sphere.
Yeah.
So when nothing's going on with the Sphere, they put a big eyeball on there. And when you're teeing off, that eyeball is looking at you, and it's watching your shot.
That's pretty funny.
It is. And if you shank it or it'll just follow the ball.
Did you have a laugh track?
It'll look at you, and it'll just kind of shake its head.
Oh, that's fun. That's funny. That's cool. I took my daughter on a golfing trip to Las Vegas once about 30 years ago.
Yeah, now listen for a second. I think my line is coming
here we
up
go.
here.
Here we go.
Come on.
Here we go.
Okay, it's the next stanza.
See the stars still on? See the light of the...
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah. It's a great song. I didn't know. In fact, I've never heard those lyrics, and I remember the song. I used to like this song a lot, and I have. Yeah. I never heard those words.
But Don Felder, with his acoustic entrance intro to Hotel California, could not be beat. And by the way, I am not watching the Super Bowl. I could care less.
Well, you've stopped watching NFL years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
When that fuzzball, what's his Kaepernick?
Took the knee. Please, because his girlfriend was a Black Lives Matter executive or something.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No, but now I'm just turned off to college football too with this damn NIL stuff.
Well, I didn't like it from the beginning. I think it's wrong. And again, it's not. They're no longer student athletes. They're minor league players. They're minor league professionals.
And they're making. You know what?
Oh, they're set for life.
Well, no, they're not. Here's what's really worrying some agents and parents and what have you, is that these kids. I mean, going into college, if you're playing college football, you know what your chance of ever playing in the NFL is?
Yeah, 1%. Yeah.
Well, that's if you're a high school football player.
Yeah.
You have 1%, 1.5% to get into the NFL. If you're a college football player, then your chances are, maybe 4 or 5% that you'll ever play on. Yeah. So these kids are sitting there sucking down this NIL money in the college. They're not paying any attention to their actual education.
Yeah, right.
And so when they lose their eligibility for college football, i.e. graduate, right.
So close,
When they lose that eligibility, they're going to take a huge pay cut, and they may never get back to that level again.
Well, yeah, but the fact of the matter is, they'll be 21 or 23 years old and have a couple of $1 million in the bank. That's not a bad way to start trying to find a job after school.
22. If you're 22 and have a couple of million in the bank, you're screwed.
Yeah, well, I'll take it.
Well, that happened to you because well, never mind.
Yeah, I don't even know. All right, Neil Boortz. Sorry you messed up the first couple of minutes. We'll make it up to you.
I know you will. I'm going to go find some iguanas.
I'm going to go tell Mr. Dickey it ought to be 4 to 6. On Fridays, 4 to 6. I think that's the new deal. Flounder's now in management, so he'll take care of it.
He has the money for that.
I know he does. It's incredible story.
Yeah.
And well-deserved, by the way. All right, Neil Boortz. All right, hi to your sweet lady, and have a happy and safe weekend. And watch out for those flying freaking iguanas, too.
Yes. Okay.
I saw your picture of the truck full of pretty funny.
Isn't that a great picture?
That's a great picture. All right, thank you, Neil Boortz. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 431. Look out, here we go. Da, 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 da.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home's comfort, this is it. Central Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to announce the 29th annual Winter White Sale, and it's our lowest pricing of 2026. For a limited time, everything is on sale. Heating and cooling systems and complete home performance solutions with rebates and discounts up to $2,300. Are you dealing with hot or cold spots in your home? Energy bills that just keep climbing? Or unhealthy indoor air affecting your family's comfort? Central has the solution. As your trusted carrier partner, they install industry-leading carrier systems backed by strong warranties and peace of mind that comes with proven performance and efficiency. With 79 years experience, Central Heating and Air Conditioning knows how to design comfort solutions that work, not just today, but for years to come. This is your chance to save big during Central's 29th annual Winter White Sale, but it won't last long. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy, at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
Join the Georgia Swarm for Women in Sports Night, Saturday, February 7th at 7:30 at Gas South Arena. Women of all ages can purchase access to the pregame speaker and networking event. And for women 18 and older, with purchase of a game ticket, this is your moment. Sign up to participate in the Diamond Drop for a chance to win a $24,000 diamond necklace or an 18-karat gold watch from Terra Fine Jewelry, just in time for Valentine's Day. The Diamond Drop is presented by Terra Fine Jewelry. Get your tickets today at GeorgiaSwarm.com.
The Braves 2026 gate giveaways are here, and this season is packed with must-have items. From the Braves Legends collection featuring iconic Braves alumni to the crossover jersey collection with Braves basketball, football, hockey, and soccer jerseys, there's something for every fan. Plus, fans can look forward to some new additions like a Hawaiian shirt, cowboy hat, and a bobble card series. It's part bobblehead, part baseball card. Visit Braves.com/promos to see the full lineup and grab your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
So, you had a long day. You decided to stop for a cocktail on the way home. The next thing you know, you had one too many and you just got pulled over. You need A Second Chance bail bonds. A Second Chance can get you or a loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a matter of hours. A Second Chance bail bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Get help now. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or contact them online at atlbail.com.
For a lot of drivers, the question isn't, should I buy a Toyota? It's, where should I buy it? Because the dealership matters long after the paperwork is signed. My good friends at Marietta Toyota, well, they've built their reputation the right way. Trust, consistency, and of course, most importantly, taking care of the neighbors and customers for over 50 years, proudly serving the Marietta area since 1975. You get real selection, straightforward answers, and a team that respects your time. Here's the difference most dealerships don't include. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. That's long-term confidence backed by Toyota quality and supported by a full team here after the sale with service and genuine Toyota parts on Cobb Parkway South. It's time for you to visit Marietta Toyota on Cobb Parkway South, about 3 miles north of Truist Park. Marietta Toyota. We've been here, and we'll be here for you.
Nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for coverage details, exclusions, and requirements.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk. There's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Yeah, there we go again with this whistling of the
Welcome
stories.
To the Kimmer Show.
You know,
Time update.
when I'm going through all
Let's
this
check in with
news
Pete and the
stuff,
scoreboard.
and listen
Stories
to
prepared versus stories
things we need
actually
to cover.
Of the 10 stories you badgered Flounder with this morning,
yes.
You've done 3.
Well, there you are.
300. Batting 300.
I'm a failure. Let's say it. I'm not a man. We're not a man. Anyway,
I forgot to ask Neil my question.
Oh, crap. That's right. Well, I should have written down. What?
Has any bar, and I'm sure there has, a bar in Florida come up with a drink called the Flying Iguana yet?
Great question. I'll bet you. Or they haven't. They will.
Mint,
or the frozen iguana. How about the frozen iguana? Frozen margarita.
Frozen iguana would be a good one too.
Yeah.
With a little absinthe and stuff. Oh yeah. Anything green. Frozen iguana.
Mercy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I remember those suckers, man. I used to live down there, and I remember those freaking iguanas scared the crap out of you. And they just become like little lizards, and they're 4 feet long. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 438. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Our birthday list includes Fabian Forte. Fabian Forte, better known as Fabian, is 83. Fabian Forte was a teen idol, and among other things, and I Googled this to remember, among other things, he was in the movie North to Alaska with John Wayne. And that's what they did with these teen idols back in the day. Remember when Ricky Nelson was in The Searchers or something, one of those with John Wayne?
He could slightly act. Fabian in North to Alaska was one of the worst.
Oh my God.
Well, Capuchin was in it?
Capuchin. The old Peter Sellers got us, too. Wasn't she one of them? playing Peter Sellers something.
A bad movie.
Oh,
yes,
horrible.
he was in the first one.
Yeah. And it reminds me of Fabian. I know the story. I know I read this someplace years and years and years ago about Fabian, and the story was that Fabian was sitting on his steps of those famous row houses in Philadelphia. And some agent was just driving by or whatever, and he saw Fabian with his beautiful Jelly Roll Elvis haircut sitting on those porch steps and said, "Hey, kid, I'm going to make you a star." And he did. And Fabian doesn't have any talent. He couldn't sing or dance or speak or act or anything, but he was pretty, and he was the new teen idol, and it worked. And he pulled it off. Quick history thing here, and then we have a little something for you. On this day in 1998, it was I remember the song, and I had no idea about the story behind it. But on this day in 1998, Johann Holzel was in a rental truck, and he got hit by a bus vacationing in the Dominican Republic and was killed. Johann Holzel, better known as Falco. English-speaking world didn't know much about it in 1998, but in his native Vienna, this was like the day the music died. Pop fans from Germany to Japan. He was Falco, the man behind Rock Me Amadeus. And Der Kommissar, probably the biggest star to emerge from Austria since Mozart. In America, the Der Kommissar barely dented anything on the music list, but he accomplished the same historic feat 4 years later with Rock Me Amadeus. German-language tribute to that other famous Austrian, shot all the way to #1 on the Billboard pop charts in the spring of 1986. Not only did it make him the first Austrian to top American charts, it also earned Falco the unlikely distinction of scoring the first American #1 pop hit by a male rap artist. He was the first male rap artist to be #1. It wasn't Doug E. Fresh or Cool Mo D or Curtis Blow or Run DMC who first brought hip-hop to the top of the pop, but an Austrian in a powdered wig singing a European hip-hop derivative. Rock Me Amadeus. I had no idea about the story behind that. Anyway, 441, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going in there? We got a little something there for you. It's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we got the Super Bowl. We got Holy Crap at Sports. We got memes and jokes. And we got Flounder's Funnies. And we got Pete's Tweets.
Seth Dillon posts, if your position at the Washington Post was recently eliminated, please consider applying to write for the Babylon Bee. We are seeking applicants experienced in writing fictional content presented in the tone and style of a legitimate news organization. Be a lateral move for most of them, I would say.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Remember when your mama would make orange juice by opening up a frozen biscuit can and dump it in a pitcher and add warm water?
That's right.
That's right. I had no idea they still made frozen orange juice, but for the first time in 80 years, Coca-Cola will stop making Minute Maid frozen juice concentrate.
No kidding. Hell, that's still part of the exchanges in the commodities market, frozen concentrated orange juice.
Well, not anymore. Not with Coca-Cola.
That's how we made it. That's how it was the only way it came.
That's how we did it.
There was no orange juice in bottles or plastic, let alone plastic cans. God.
You could get it in cans and stuff like that. All right, Mike Coonrad tweets that the line of the day on the Kimmer Show yesterday was when I said, "Kimmer, you're the only person I know that's prepping for Alzheimer's." That seemed to be a big hit.
And I'm well on my way, by the way, I might add.
And Channel 2 reports that police pulled over a man for DUI. They were shocked to find 3 children in his trunk. When asked why, the man replied, "I was just trying to be a fun dad."
Oh, my God.
Well, you know what? That would be fun as a kid. Can you ride in the trunk?
You want to ride in the trunk? Sure. Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Jeez.
And James Woods tweets, as long as Republicans act like Congress is a gentleman's club while Democrats act like a street gang, America is lost.
And by the way, the Babylon Bee, speaking of that, the Super Bowl will be delayed to play national anthems for all 165 racial groups in America, by the way, just for the record. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, Flounder, you're trying to get something?
We got Every Friday Susan, then Rick the Painter.
Excellent. Every Friday Susan. Hey, doll, how's it going? What's up?
Hey, happy Friday. So real quick, just to touch on the Benghazi thing.
Yeah.
But I think the worst part of that story wasn't Hillary, which was awful. It was Obama, the abomination that he was as a president, when he went on, I don't know if it was 60 Minutes or Network News, and he was prompted by the anchor basically to say, well, wasn't there that video that was saying bad things
the
about
documentary.
Allah or disparaging Allah or disparaging the Quran? So essentially, they were justified in what they did. And that despicable human being basically said, that's pretty much what it was. It was a video. And that was all a lie.
Yeah.
It was a lie.
Absolutely. That's the way.
Disgusting of an abomination of a president he was.
Yeah, I know. It's really disgraceful. And I'm glad, thank God this is back in the news so people can remember it. And also what Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage said, basically, what the hell difference to make about we don't care about those people. Basically, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Just horrible.
It was horrible. And she wanted to be president of the United States. Could you imagine?
Oh, please, God. Thank you.
I got Kelly and the dogs here with me. Say hello.
Oh, outstanding. Kelly and the dog. Outstanding. All right, you guys. Have a great weekend. Hugs and kisses. And talk to you soon, I hope. Thank you, guys. Oh, I love that girl. And those two, I met them for the first time at that party we had. Was it when we all got fired? Or I guess it was when we all got laid off. Anyway, whatever. Well, now, what'd you say,
Rick the Painter.
Rick the Painter on the radio. Hey, Rick the Painter. How you doing? What do you got there, man?
Hey, happy Friday.
Yes,
hey, that was a good call, everybody. Susan, Friday, Susan.
She's
I remember
wonderful.
that. Mama, anyway, I want to say one. Anyway, hey, but I was going to comment about Neil was talking about how his dad made him tough when he was a young boy.
Yeah, tough kid, yeah.
Well, my dad was kind of the same way. When I was little, I remember looking back, he would play rough with me.
Play rough.
So hard, it would hurt. But, he said, well, I'm not going to raise a sissy, and so I just took it to make me tough. But, honestly, I look back now, Cameron, I think he just didn't like me.
He just...
Well, I'll tell you, for instance, when I was around 4 years old, he told me he was going to teach me how to swim.
Yeah.
So I got all excited, and we went to the lake. And Cameron, he picked me up and threw me way out in the middle of the lake to the deepest part.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't so hard to learn how to swim. It was getting out of that burlap sack was the tough part.
Out of the sack, he wasn't teaching you how to swim at all. He was trying. Rick didn't like you. Oh. All right, well.
When I was a teenager, I once worked at a donut shop.
You worked at a donut shop? How did that go?
Yeah, I needed the dough.
Needed the dough, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! By the way, just in, this is very suspicious. The voter ID bill defeated in the Senate by a vote of 7 million to 53. All right, look out. 446. Kim and Pete Flound. It's freaking Friday. How you doing? Have a little fun here. Look out. Yeah, right.
The Morning Extra, Neil Boortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com. Or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Ain't nothing beats the cozy comfort of a warm fireplace on a cool Georgia night. Tug here for Chimney Solutions. But before you light that fire, make sure the chimney's clean, safe, and ready with my friends at Chimney Solutions. Did you know that a dirty and damaged chimney could lead to dangerous carbon monoxide leaks or even chimney fires? Don't take that chance. Chimney Solutions certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to ensure your home and family are protected. Chimney Solutions, keeping Georgia homes safe, warm, and beautiful for over 25 years.
If society collapsed tomorrow, how long would your family last? If you run out of food, probably not very long. That's why over 3 million American families trust My Patriot Supply for preparedness. Right now, you can get their best-selling 3-month food kit for $100 off. It's 3 months worth of real, hearty meals that give you 2,000 calories a day and last up to 25 years. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com to get your 3-month kit for $100 off. The discount won't last long, so go to MyPatriotSupply.com today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Start your engines and let's get ready for grass cutting season. Now is the time to visit the guys at Howard Brothers and learn how you can upgrade your Exmark mowing fleet or get your existing fleet in tip-top shape before the work starts. Exmark's Turf Tracer, Radius, Laser, these are all mowers designed with you, the professional landscaper, in mind. You can be confident that your job will be done to perfection with an Exmark mower. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
I'm thinking of that movie with John Travolta and that girl with the bare feet from because of the director's got a fetish. What's her name? They had a song of Uma Thurman. They had a song about her. Remember Uma Thurman's song?
Uma, Jerry.
Uma. Jerry. Oh, I'd like to see a $5 milkshake. Remember sitting in the car booth? Anyway.
Yeah, go down the street. There's one right down the street.
There you go. 1990, Chuck Berry in the news when more than 200 women filed lawsuits in court against Chuck Berry after it was found out or alleged that he had been secretly filming them in the toilets of his restaurant. And that was not good, Chucky. By the way, that would not be the thing. If I wanted to get pictures of women, it wouldn't be in a bath. Anyway,
it'd be the changing, store or something.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in a bath.
Yeah, or the shoe closet or something. someplace like that. See, you
don't
entirely.
have a fetish.
I say it was a joke to see if you.
It's now a footish. It's a footish with you.
That's the morning guys. There's one of the morning guys on the morning show has a foot thing. But
I don't get
creepy.
it. I don't get the feet thing. I recognize when someone has a cute foot, but it just doesn't.
No, it's wrong.
Do anything.
I don't. It's not right. And all men and 90% of women should just wear your shoes, have fun, be do a job.
That's basically almost the least attractive part of a woman's body.
Well, it's on the ground.
The face, the breast, the behind, the arms, the legs. All before that.
Well, let's not
back.
Let's not try to judge too many things on various areas.
Back of the neck.
No, all right, whatever. That's a good place. Naping, the nape, and nape of the noop.
Earlobe.
You were in Vietnam? Nah, homo. Remember nape of the neck of the noop with the Caddyshack. Not Caddyshack, the other one. Yeah, Caddyshack. Anyway, Kimber Pete Flounder. Here you go. Birthday, Axl Rose is 64. Did I even talk about the music? Yeah, Rester. Axl Rose is 64 today. And I forgot who he plays with again. Black Crowes or
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. I remember that now. And where's my Mr. Phone? I can't believe I dropped Mr. Phone. Hold on a second. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I got this all queued up. This was a very bizarre. What a bizarre case. 1998. A judge reinstates the suspended sentence of school teacher Mary Kay Letourneau. And back to prison she goes for 7 years. She was caught violating her no-contact order with her former student, Vili Fulao, when she is found in a vehicle with the young boy. She met him when she was a teacher at the elementary school near Seattle, and he was in second grade. In 1996, Letourneau was 34, married, mother of 4, had a sexual relationship with this kid when he was in 6th grade and aged 12. They were discovered in 97 the next year. Letourneau was arrested for rape. The former teacher gave birth to the couple's first child, a daughter named Audrey. Letourneau pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree child rape. The court showed her leniency by suspending her 89-month sentence, and that's 7 years or 8 years, something. The former school teacher was ordered to serve 6 months in jail, attend a treatment program, and have no contact with a kid. Tabloid frenzy, national debate over male and female sex offenders, whether women should be treated the same way as rapists if they rape the 12-year-old, if it's a boy, And so after being released from prison, she was discovered in a parked car with the kid, arrested for violating the thing. They found a whole bunch of casts with passports, baby clothes, and planning to escape with their daughter. 3 days later, the judge put her back in prison. She gave birth to their second child, a daughter named Georgia. The kids are raised by Falalu's mother, while Letourneau remained in prison. The kid and his mother later sued the school district and city of Des Moines, Washington for $2 million, claiming police and school officials didn't do enough to protect the kid. And a jury in 2002 ruled the Falulos were not entitled to a dime. Latrona was released from prison 7.5 years later and lifted the ban prohibiting her from contacting him because they had 2 kids. She was then 43, he was 22. They got married. And the couple's 2 daughters served as flower girls. And her daughter from a first marriage also was maid of honor. Entertainment Tonight negotiated exclusive rights to film the ceremony. They divorced in 2019, and Mary Kay Letourneau died at the age of 58 in 2019. What a story that was. I remember it. And the kid, it's not like he was, he's 12. And he looked like a 12-year-old kid from India. He's the damnedest thing. And she couldn't leave him alone. Anyway, 4:54. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Flounder, let's play that Janine Pirro cut again here, too. We talked about the Benghazi thing. And Janine, and again at the podium today, they had the Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, who looks like a psychopath. He looks, when he's staring, it looks like he could go right into your heart and rip it out and eat it if he felt like it. And Pam Bondi and Janine Pirro is going to try the case as U.S. attorney against the Benghazi terror suspect who was the mastermind behind it all. And here's what she said today, and it made me cringe to think about how they treated these kids who got murdered over in Benghazi in 2012. Flounder, Janine.
Americans watched in horror as a scene unfolded in a foreign land, in one of the most dangerous places in the world for Americans, Benghazi, Libya. An American ambassador, elite military personnel, and a State Department employee were all violently murdered. For 13 hours, the American cavalry never came. For 13 hours, they waited for help that never came. Today, President Trump is making sure that American justice is coming for those individuals responsible for the deaths of those 4 Americans.
Those 4 Americans were Ambassador Chris Stevens, State Department employee Sean Smith, CIA contractors Glenn Doherty and Tyrone Woods. Also, State Department Special Agent Scott Wicklund almost got killed. And I saw the video of the guy coming off the plane when they captured him, brought him back here to stand trial. Old man, shaking. He couldn't walk down the steps. Oh, poor little, he's such it was so bad. And then they put him in a stretcher to take him away. And he was shivering. He was just shaking and shivering. And they put blankets on him to make sure he was, I'll tell you, these freaking guys, it's unfreaking believable. They should have set him on fire. Anyway, we got him. And they're talking to the family, and so that's the right thing to do. But good grief. Just as... In fact, Flounder, let's play Hillary Rodham, P. Stinky Fart Cabbage. Remember, when this all went down, she didn't... In fact, she quoted something I was saying, at this point, who gives a crap? Something like that. Here's Hillary Rodham here, Flounder. What do you got?
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
Yeah, just out for a walk. Anyway. How about a little Flounders? Yeah, no big deal, really. We got a little Flounders funny back there.
Yes, let me get another one because this one's actually too long. We'll wait.
Crap, I'm sorry.
No, we're good. We'll use, let's see here.
That was very good. Holy crap, of sports coming up. Super Bowl, what do you think? Are you going to watch? Do you care? I'm really disappointed. I'm really upset because I don't care.
No one cares about this Super Bowl. They'll watch it because it's a Super Bowl, but no one cares about these teams.
I'll be there. I'll be watching at least off and on. And I hope it's a good game. Maybe it'll be a good game.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, a little Flounder singer.
Baseball, too. When I was 13, I was playing baseball. One time I was up to bat, and I get walked. So I take my base, I get to first base, and I turned around, and the catcher was still standing there, and he was holding the ball. He's like staring at me. He was daring me to run. He was like, just go. I bet you can't make it. And I was like, all right, man, go. So I just ran. When I ran, I threw it over through second base. Ball goes in the outfield. So then I run to third base. The outfield grabs the ball. They overthrow third base. My third base coach is telling me to go home. This is about to be an inside the park home run off a wall. I'm going to be on SportsCenter. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened in baseball. And I slide to play at the plate. And that's when the umpire tells us that it was only ball 3. True story. So, we all have to get up. I'm like dirty for no reason. I gotta go get my bat. It's right where I left it. I'm gonna just drag it. I got a bat again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, you legally strike out. Exhausted and over baseball. And I just looked at the umpire and was like, you can go now. Here's what I learned, though, that day. I learned that if you're confident, you can get away with quite a bit. Because no one tried to stop me. They should have. You know? They knew I wasn't supposed to go. That's why the catcher was holding the ball. Because he was like, I don't think he's supposed to be going yet. And then I just waited a second. He's like, I guess I'm wrong. No one's that dumb. And then he launches it into the outfield.
Nate Pergazzi. Holy Crap at Sports is coming up, and you are too. Kimmer Pete Flounder, 5 o'clock. Look out.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Going door to door in Tucson. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. 6 days after Nancy Guthrie went missing from her Arizona home.
Investigators are back in this neighborhood today, knocking on doors in hopes of finding someone who may have a door cam video that will show the suspect or suspects driving away with Nancy Guthrie. Sheriff Chris Nanos says technological evidence could very well solve this case. We've been told neighbors have received emails from law enforcement to check any footage they may have and to alert agents. The FBI has also brought in a critical response group from Quantico. They have a team processing social media evidence and phone and digital footprints.
Fox's Alicia Acuna in Tucson. The Guthrie family still seeking proof of life after an unverified ransom note sent to media outlets mentioned 2 deadlines, one yesterday, another on Monday. Just getting reports that the missing adult son of a famous rapper has been found dead in a pond near his home. 27-year-old Nason Smith, known as DJ Young Slade, and the son of rapper Lil Jon, was last seen running from his Georgia home early Tuesday. A man charged more than a decade ago is now in custody for the Benghazi attack that killed 4 Americans in Libya, including Ambassador Chris Stevens, in 2012.
We lost 4 brave Americans in Chris, Sean, Kyle, and Steve, and we can never, ever, ever forget them. Ever, and we will not.
FBI Director Kash Patel as the suspect Zubair al-Bakush arrived in the U.S. early today. The U.S. and Iran holding talks for the first time since the U.S. and Israel bombed Iranian nuclear sites last June, about 8 hours with a mediator in Oman.
What's significant is they met face to face. Shortly after the talks ended in Oman, the IRGC Navy sent about 40 fast boats into the Strait of Hormuz, however, after the U.S. slapped more sanctions on Iran's ghost fleet of tankers used to smuggle oil.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. America's listening to...
This holiday season, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is delivering on its promise to do good and never forget the sacrifices of America's greatest heroes during their annual Season of Hope. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, the foundation is delivering mortgage-free homes to dozens of America's most catastrophically injured heroes and Gold Star and fallen first responder families. Help and honor America's heroes now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of like Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis and Flounder. And you on 106.3. How's it going? 404-741-1230. 741-1230. We have Holy Crap and Sports coming up. The newsy stuff coming up. Flounder's Funny's coming up. We got game coming up and my lunch and everything else too. And by the way, I was really sick and had that little scare the other day. I cured it. It's over. I'm done. It's gone. It's unbelievable.
The doctor just cut it right off at the end.
No. I took care of it. It was unbelievable. Right in my. I'm not doing this.
A little cream.
Yeah, a little something. So it's all. Honestly, the signs are gone. It's a freaking miracle. It's a miracle. Well,
preparation. What letter are they up to now?
Wait a minute. What now?
What? In France?
Yeah.
Did you know in France that most of the time they give medicine in hospitals, it's
up your thing there?
Yeah.
Up your butt?
Not orally.
Oh my God. Well, I think that's just for the fun. I mean, those French people.
Well, they're French.
Well, you ever dated a French girl? Oh my God. Oh, sorry.
Don't think so.
You see, you're supposed to shave under your arms to, cut down the odor. Oh, sorry. Anyway, 404-741-1230. 404.
Did you see? Have you seen it? Have you seen these commercials? There's literally commercials now. Yeah. When they shave the interior region.
Yeah, the area down there. Yeah.
They literally it's a new razor called a pubic eraser.
No, eraser.
And when did they? Were you able to say that word on nighttime television? Okay, I'm shaving off my leg here, but hand me the
public
pubic
it's public
razor for the extra bits here.
Well, you really should leave that to the professionals, ladies.
I mean, or bikini wax. Good Lord.
Oh man, rip. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going?
All right, so real quick, the Olympics has started today. So
yes.
British-American Olympic skier Gus Kenworthy urinates F-ice into the snow ahead of the Olympic Winter Games in Italy.
Oh.
The skier then told all of his followers to speak up against ice and gave them a script to tell their senators.
Okay, this guy's from where again?
British America, so he's competing with Team Great Britain.
But he's got American ties in some way or another. And he's like a trader, like that Eileen Gu, who's a trader, went to her Red Chinese Masters. Yeah. But, okay, at what point did we quit giving a rat's ass what the British thought about what we did?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
seriously.
Still.
I mean, that's as great as European civilization is. It's basically the reason the world is screwed up for the last 600 years because Europeans were places they weren't supposed to be. So we can thank them for that. And all the other ones, the barbaric and the second and third worlders, they want us to have our borders overrun. So we're going to be down to their level. So we don't care about what they think either. So screw them all.
That's unbelievable. And Holy Crap of Sports coming up, and there's a story on that. Pete mentioned that Dutch speed skater chick, Jutta Leerdam, or whatever. We'll talk about her a bit later on, too. She's being called a diva and a spoiled little brat and stuff like that, so we got all this for it. But again, he tinkled F-ice in the snow. I mean,
real gentleman
seriously, how could he still be on the team? Isn't that like offensive and obscene in every way? So you people walking by and seeing his urine, and so that what? You're now saluting it, or let's get a picture together, or a nice selfie thing, or what? And I'll bet he's uncut. I'll bet he's uncut too. It's disgusting. Anyway. Why
did you attack the uncut portion of our audience?
Well, I remember Elaine Bennis on the Seinfeld show once when they were talking about stuff, and some girl was embarrassed because the guy was uncut, and I asked Elaine, and she said, well, I really don't like it, but as far as I'm concerned, off with their heads. And so I thought it reminded me it was fairly funny. Some British guy. Sorry, I'm losing it. I tell you, I'm losing it. 508. Yeah. Team USA arrived at the place today. It's nighttime, I guess, there. That can't be right. How could it be night in Italy? Aren't they the same, basically?
They're like 7 hours ahead of us.
Are they really? Italy is?
Because
I thought
London's like
down.
5. London's like 5, and Italy's like 1 or 2 over.
I guess it's probably 5 or 6. I don't know why I didn't know that, because I'm not good. Anyway, the speed skater...
You really did sleep during geography class, didn't you? I mean, seriously. Every time geography comes up...
I'm not good with geography.
No.
Seriously, I swear to God, I don't... I just not...
Which is farther north? North or South Dakota?
I'll bet I probably couldn't even name all 50 states. No, it's not true. It might take me a minute, but no, seriously. So the athletes, speed skater Aaron Jackson and Frank Del Duca, held the American flags. They walked into the stadium. U.S. has 232 athletes active: skiing, biathlon, bobsled, cross-country skiing, curling, figure skating, freestyle skiing. Freestyle skiing is going over the bumps and doing weird jumps and stuff. Ice hockey, luge, Nordic combined. Is that shooting the guns? What's Nordic combined?
Yes.
Is that shooting the guns?
Yeah, they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Short track speed skating, skeleton. I forgot what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
head
a
first
sled.
down the luge.
Yeah, you head first on a little sled.
I love it.
Oh, man. Ski jumping, ski mountaineering. I'm not sure what that is. What the hell ski mountaineering?
I think they go long distance way out in the mountains or something. I don't know.
Well, now, wait a minute. Like a cross-country thing? I'll bet it's a cross-country.
They're exotic. That's why I love winter more. They're dangerous and exotic.
Yeah. Snowboarding and speed skating, among the others. Team USA leave Italy, one of the top 3 countries in the games, they say. It didn't. Anyway, so they're there, and here we go. And you know, I haven't seen any stories yet. And by the way, I'm looking at their costumes, or their uniforms, and they're sort of a tan cream-colored... I don't know, something. It's kind of hard to tell in the picture. I haven't seen any videos yet. But anyway, so people will probably talk about that. Also, I haven't heard any stories about the number of condoms that are given out for all the athletes this year. They always make a thing about that. Every athlete gets 200 condoms or something.
Well, the Tokyo Games had those cardboard beds.
Oh, my God, that's right.
From happening.
We didn't want them to have sex.
They've already come out. The athletes are taking little videos in their dorm room saying, these are a lot more solid.
See, I mean, how'd you like to have your girlfriend be, an Olympic speed skater or something?
Wait a minute.
She's boinging every guy that comes up and says hi to her.
Why wouldn't we want the greatest athletes on the planet to be breeding?
Yeah, I know.
Please.
Do you have any opinion about how that hot blonde Tiger Woods ex-girlfriend is going to go? What's her name?
She did a practice run today and said she shredded it. She was amazing.
Yeah.
So, say what you want about her. She's got courage and cojones.
She can withstand pain. I know that, because that's brutal. Have you ever had a knee injury or an injury
like that,
and you have to run and dart and good grief.
That's tough.
Wow.
She's tough.
Good for her.
She's a tough broad.
Obviously. We'll talk about the Super Bowl coming up here in a minute, too. Also, I don't even want to play the sound of it. Did you hear, if you didn't see, Carmela's side piece has now launched a new campaign account, and she's using that Gen Z progressive content hub, she's calling it, and she's calling it Headquarters 6-7. She's referencing 6-7 meme, the video that the kids were doing in school where they run around yelling 6-7, 6-7, and the teachers go crazy because it doesn't have any meaning. They just say it, and it's like a thing. And apparently, Carmela's side piece still, and she's apparently leading in the polls, which is so hard for me to believe. I don't understand it. The woman is an empty suit. And she said, well, we have this new headquarters thing here, 6-7 and all this stuff, and she's going to be checking all the young people and everything else. And honestly, I don't get it. 6-7, do you get it? Stephen Miller said, haven't been this disappointed since Beyonce didn't perform. My children have already said 6-7's already old and tired. Once again, it's cringeworthy. Carmela's coming up short. I mean, everything she does is cringeworthy. It's like, oh, my God, is she serious? Oh, good grief. Anyway, our 5:13, enough of this silliness. Holy Crap of Sports is coming up. Flounders Funny's coming up. We got a game. Yeah, we got your calls, and we got all kinds of stuff here with it. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Literate Friday. Sun's out. Okay, it's going to be fine. Got a decent weekend. Could it, 50s. Stand by. It's all good.
If Minnesota has shown us anything, it's that the left will side with rioters over America. The real immigration crisis is inside blue cities, whose years of soft on crime, open border policies are now colliding with public safety. Atlanta's conservative news and talk station won't be swayed by headwinds of left-wing media. We'll always give you the facts from the most trusted voices in the country. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
This is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We have become a highly sought-after turf installation company in the Atlanta and North Georgia luxury residential market. The big reason for that is our installers are ATL Turf Co. employees. We do not outsource labor. They are trained to be experts in the turf installation process, drainage, grading. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Did you know that there are over 34,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia? Yet despite that huge number, Bruce Hagan was recently named by his peers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. Do you know who is not among the top 100 lawyers in the state? Some clown standing on top of an 18-wheeler. Those kind of lawyers may make flashy ads, but they're just marketers, not real lawyers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need Bruce Hagan, a real lawyer who tries cases and wins. Call Bruce Hagan. He's the real deal for your injury case. Hagan-law.com.
Is your entire home winter ready? Every entry point? Cold air is invading your home through your windows, entry doors, and your biggest entry point, your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Keep that cold air out of your home and save on your heating bills with energy-efficient windows, entry doors, and garage doors from All Four Seasons. We're proud to be celebrating a quarter-century of quality work and customer care. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Join the Georgia Swarm for Women in Sports Night, Saturday, February 7th at 7:30 at Gas South Arena. Women of all ages can purchase access to the pregame speaker and networking event. And for women 18 and older, with purchase of a game ticket, this is your moment. Sign up to participate in the Diamond Drop for a chance to win a $24,000 diamond necklace or an 18-karat gold watch from Terra Fine Jewelry, just in time for Valentine's Day. The Diamond Drop is presented by Terra Fine Jewelry. Get your tickets today at GeorgiaSwarm.com.
All right, look out. It was on this very day in 1933. The highest recorded sea wave from Manila, Philippines to San Diego. The wave measured 112 feet high. And now sponsored by Gligman's Flams. If you need Flams, you need Gligman's. Holy Crap at Sports with Pete Davis.
That's what sank the SS Poseidon.
There you are.
The 8th place Hawks win at home over the 12th place Jazz, 121-119 last night. An amazing debut in a Hawks uni for center Jock Landale. The Australian scored 26 points, tying his career high, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 blocked shots. Only Glenn Big Dog Robinson had a better debut for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson, no slouch either, 22 points, 16 rebounds, 15 assists. Nickeil Alexander-Walker hit the game-winning shot with 1 second left.
And another triple-double? I mean, this kid's amazing. How come we're not winning every game?
Well, they're close to 500, I think, or something like that. Well, the Braves are going Dutch. There are 3 members of the Bravos that will play for Team Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic. Ozzy Albies, Jurickson Profar, and Chadwick Tromp all hail from the island of Curacao, a Caribbean island that's a member of the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
I'll be darned.
It's going to be hard to run the bases in those wooden shoes, but they're athletic. They can do it.
Got that thing.
Hall of Fame quarterback Sonny Jurgensen held franchise passing records for the Eagles and Washington Commanders for more than 5 decades, has died at the age of 91. Wait a second. What was that? Did ESPN actually say Sonny Jurgensen played for the Commanders?
Commanders, yeah. I don't believe he played for the Commanders, you dirty freaking woke bastards.
Woke wussiness.
How could they do
the worldwide leader of wuss. Sonny Jurgensen played, damn it, for the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
Saying he played for the Commanders is like saying Bob Feller pitched for the Cleveland Guardians. It's an insult to the man and his memory just because the snowflakes of today cannot handle history.
Yeah.
That's just the way it was.
Exactly.
Get over it.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Jurgensen spent the majority of his 18-year career in D.C., joined the team in 1964, a surprise quarterback swap that sent Norm Snead to Philly. Jurgensen would make 4 of his 5 Pro Bowls in Washington, led the NFL in passing 3 times. A backup quarterback in 1960 when the Eagles won the NFL title, ranks in the top 40 in NFL history in career passing touchdowns, 255, finished with over 32,000 career passing yards, inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame back in 83, and both the Eagles Hall of Fame and Washington's Ring of Fame, and remains the only Washington player to wear the number 9 jersey in a game. Jurgensen, a pretty good college career at Duke, held the Blue Devils to ACC titles in 54 and 55, played quarterback and defensive back. And he was one of my father's favorite players. When I was covering the Falcons-Broncos Super Bowl in Miami back in 99, I found myself standing next to Sonny Jurgensen underneath the stadium. He couldn't have been nicer. I couldn't wait to find a phone and call my dad and tell him who I just talked to. Sonny Jurgensen, dead at 91. And what a gentleman.
Yeah, how cool is that? I remember that big old redhead and always smiling. He was
good broadcast.
Like a good guy. Yeah, that's right.
Super Bowl just 2 days away in Santa Clara, California. Seahawks against the Patriots. Seattle favorite, but they come into the game rather banged up. If Drake May can handle his nerves, the Pats passing game could have a day. Seahawks favored by 4.5 points. The over-under is 45.5. Now, I said a couple weeks ago, I'm thinking 28-14 Seattle. But since then, they've been even more banged up in the backfield, their defensive backfield. So it could be more like a 24-21 thing. But
still think Seattle's
that
going
would
to
not cover. I still think Seattle should win the game, yes. Rebs quarterback Matthew Stafford won his first Most Valuable Player award, announced he's coming back next season. Stafford beat out Drake May by 1 first-place vote, the closest race since 2003, when Steve McNair tied with Peyton Manning. Guess what other Georgia quarterback was an NFL MVP?
Oh, what other Georgia quarterback? Buck Bellew. It's Buck Bellew down the hall. Hey, Buck, let's go get him and bring him in. No, it wasn't him.
No, not Buck. It wasn't Buck.
Well, then it would have been, I just got to go way back. I don't know.
Friend of the show and wine enthusiast, Fran Tarkenton.
I forgot about Georgia Fran Tarkenton. That's right. Oh, my gosh.
Larry Fitzgerald and Drew Brees made the Pro Football Hall of Fame in their first year. 3 other players made the cut. Kicker Adam Vinatieri, linebacker Luke Kuechly, and running back Roger Craig. Falcons pass rusher James Pierce Jr. robbed of the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year award. They gave it to linebacker Carson Schlesinger of the Browns. 4 years ago, Carson was a walk-on at UCLA. I remember watching him play at UCLA and thinking, God, that guy can play. He led all rookies, 157 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, Pierce joined everybody with 10.5 sacks.
Wow.
He came in third.
Good for him.
There. Falcon safety Xavier Watts also received first-place vote with 5 interceptions. The NFL and NBC have egg on their faces after the 2 idiots could not bother to get the names right of the people winning the awards. Some no-talent called Drusky, never heard of him, stood next to Barry Sanders and completely butchered Seahawks receiver Jackson Smith and Jibba's name for Offensive Player of the Year several times.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and repeat what he just said. It's a hard name to say, but he kept saying it and laughing, and he said the N-word, basically, is what he said.
Oh, no.
Instead of Njigba. Thought it was funny, too, to say. Another so-called comedian, Tiffany Haddish, at least I've heard of her, could not be bothered to educate herself on how to pronounce New England head coach Mike Vrabel. She called him Mike Verbal. He was the coach of the year, and she couldn't get his name right. It's an absolute clown show.
God, is NBC was doing this?
NBC and NFL. I don't know who chose the people. John Hamm emceed it. It's unwatchable. I don't watch any of that crap. But still, I found out this morning they couldn't even bother to learn the names of the winners.
That's brutal.
It's embarrassing. The Seattle Seahawks players, they're pissed.
Yeah, I'll bet.
They are not happy. Fox Sports' Colin Cowherd has done it again. This time the Brainiac says there's never been a warm weather dynasty in the NFL.
You mean like Miami or?
Yeah, like the Miami Dolphins.
Dallas is pretty
good there in the 70s. There. Gets kind of toasty down there in Miami. Idiot. An anonymous attorney in the Sunshine State has laid a $1 million bet on the Seahawks moneyline bet at minus 230 odds. If it's successful, how much do you think he will win on a $1 million bet?
Minus 230. I don't know what that means. $230 million? That can't be right.
No, lower than that.
2.3 million.
Lower.
2 million.
Lower.
80,000? Why would you bet $1 million to win less than $1 million?
$434,782.
Why would you do that?
61 cents.
That's ridiculous.
That's my question.
What the hell's the matter with you?
You already have $1 million in your hands.
Yeah, oh my God.
You're going to bet the sure thing to maybe win half of that.
Or lose all of it.
The only good news, he says if he wins, he's going to donate it to pediatric cancer research. Why not just give them the
money? Yeah, oh my God. You should do it. Call the media and say, okay, I changed my mind. Here's your freaking money. And everybody be happy. No. Oh my God.
What should happen is police should show up at his home and say, you're too stupid to have money. I'm giving it to Pete.
Yeah, we're taking your money. And the camera needs just a taste. Wet my beak. Just a taste.
I just want a taste.
A taste. I want a little taste.
Here's some fun prop bets. Who will be in a commercial first, Eli or Peyton?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good one. Will a nipple be exposed?
No way.
Didn't say men or women.
Yeah, good point. Then,
someone pull a shirt off. You never know.
Yeah.
Which non-football celebrity will be shown on TV first? I think Mark Wahlberg, probably. Will former Falcons receiver Mac Hollins enter the stadium barefoot again?
Oh, Lord.
That's what he does. Goes everywhere barefoot.
That's not good.
Indicted Guardians pitcher Emmanuel Clase, no class, is accused of throwing suspicious pitches to benefit bettors in at least 48 games over 2 seasons, much more than they initially said it was all about. It's all kinds of trouble this guy's in.
I read didn't he make a phone call during the game? And won somebody $100,000 on that particular game. They went back and found out about it during the game and in the clubhouse or whatever.
Him and his teammate Luis Ortiz allegedly accepted thousands of dollars in bribes in the Dominican Republic. Clase, a 3-time All-Star, 2-time American League Reliever of the Year, had just signed a 5-year, $20 million contract. That's pretty bad. Winter Olympics. Yeah, screw him. Winter Olympics opening ceremonies today or tonight here in the States. Games are in Milano Cortina, Italy. You may not want to bet on one Australian snowboarder. Valentino Guselli, he should be with Italy, will compete for a big air medal tomorrow. The 20-year-old sneaked through qualifying on Thursday with a huge last jump, just hours of being called into the competition after another athlete got injured. But now Valentino must jump off a 50-meter ramp.
Ooh, that's high.
Yeah, that's 14 stories high.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
You imagine jumping off with just a board underneath you.
No, I don't.
14 story.
No, I don't.
All right, there's a problem here. Valentino says, I'm afraid of heights. No, sir, I don't like it. This could be another thrill of victory, agony of defeat moment we're about to see tomorrow. With a splat at the end of it.
He tries to stop halfway down. I'll be out of here.
And speaking of the famous opening of ABC's Wide World of Sports, whatever happened to Vinko Bogataj, the skier whose fall we've seen a million times. Yeah. By the way, he there was too much snow, and he tried to stop, and that's why he went off the side of it. If you've ever seen it. And of course, you've seen it.
A million times, yeah.
The Yugoslavians survived the crash back in 1970, a mild concussion, broken ankle. ABC cameras caught the film. He retired to Slovenia to teach skiing and paint and was unaware he was famous here. Surprised to be asked to attend the 20th anniversary celebration for Wide World of Sports back in 1981, and he got the loudest ovation of any athlete who was there at the gala.
I'll bet he did.
Muhammad Ali asked for his autograph. So in the 1990s, he was on his way to an interview with Wide World of Sports. He got into a car wreck. His first line to the reporter was, every time I'm on ABC, I crash. By the way, our American mixed curling team is 4-0 so far.
Outstanding. I love curl. I love to see those. I don't know why those girls are so cute.
They bend down and
the little Asian girls and those little European, those Holland girls. And oh man,
I remember to cheer loudly against Eileen Gu. The trader, born and raised here in the United States, but skating for a red Chinese Masters, which is just what Fu Manchu ordered her to do.
That's right. That's right. Serving the fatherland.
Remember that Algerian man who lied and said he was a woman and no one had the balls to tell him no and he couldn't box in the Paris Olympics?
Yeah.
So we had to watch him pummel women into submission with his big man hands?
Yeah.
Well, now Iman Khalif is finally admitting what anyone with eyes already knew. He possesses XY chromosomes. Well, you know my motto.
Yeah.
If you got a Y, you're a guy.
You're a guy. That's right.
He still refuses to take a test, so he's banned from international boxing for now. The narcissistic woman beater claims he's not transgender, but has a condition called difference of sex development, or DSD. Khalif wants to box against women in the LA Olympics. Good luck with that, with our president.
I mean, please. It's just wrong.
He just likes to beat on women. Meanwhile, a Swedish woman who has delusions of being a man is skiing for the Swedish team. But guess what? She's not skiing against men. Oh, no. She's skiing against fellow women. Problem is, she's been taking male hormones, which in my book is called enhancing your performance, which is supposed to be against the rules. But once again, the IOC, or International Olympic Criminals, do not have the courage or decency to stand up for women and keep it fair.
That's just outrageous. It used to be an Olympic, it used to be the amateur games, the best amateur athletes in the world getting together for the amateur
and
glory
the East Germans
of sport. Yeah, and then that's when all of a sudden these East German women track stars look like, oh man,
the bodybuilders and all that.
Jeez, weightlifters.
Okay, the regulatory body for skiing is dismissing as a wild rumor reports that ski jumpers are enhancing their groin area to gain distance. Ski jumpers injecting hyaluronic acid in their genitals and wearing condom-like sheath before having the rigorous checks on their ski suit sizing. The manipulation would justify wearing the larger ski jumping suit that could provide more lift and a longer flight to capture the medals. Officials actually are now using 3D machines to measure their body suits.
Oh, my God. I want to see your junk. They want to see their junk. The only reason they're doing it is to see their junk. That's unbelievable.
Okay, 1932, the first Olympic dog sled race is held at Lake Placid, New York as a demonstration sport. You can still take dog sled rides over Lake Placid.
Cool. You were up there at Lake Placid.
Yeah. I did not take the dog sled, but did the toboggan and the bob sled ride.
Had to be fun.
And happy birthday to Babe Ruth, born in 1895. All-star, 7-time World Series champ, 12-time AL home run leader. Played for the Red Sox, Yankees, Boston Braves, born in Baltimore. It's amazing how close Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth are born, like a day or two apart.
Right. Hank, that's right. That's right. Pete Davis, 531, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let Her Rip Friday. Anything goes. The sun's still out. It's a beautiful day. A little chilly, but hey, it's February. Now, 106.3. How's it going? Here we go. Join us if you feel like it. Yeah.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
Let's be honest. All cars and all car dealerships are not created equally. So when you're buying a new Toyota, you're not buying a vehicle, you're protecting a major investment. That's why where you buy matters. For over 50 years, Marietta Toyota served our community with the reputation built on straight answers, real accountability, and doing business the right way, proudly here since 1975. They have realized since day one that giving the customer the best deal possible, more car than they thought they were going to get inside their budget, that's how you keep people coming back. Here's the difference you won't hear everywhere. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage as long as you own your Toyota. That's long-term confidence backed by Toyota quality and, of course, supported by Marietta Toyota, a dealership that will be here after the sale with service and genuine Toyota parts on Cobb Parkway South. Visit Marietta Toyota on Cobb Parkway South, about 3 miles north of Truist Park. MariettaToyota.com. Visit Marietta Toyota. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
Nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for coverage details, exclusions, and requirements.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I recently read an article that said 65% of those surveyed, they're more worried about running out of money in retirement than they are of death itself. So let's talk about some of the ways you can help our listeners replace that paycheck they've relied on for all these years in their working lives.
Well, it makes sense that they'd be scared of that because what do you do if you run out of money in retirement? You're going to go back to work? Who's hiring folks that are retired and physically and mentally you're going to be able to do that? And isn't the whole point of having a financial advisor so that you never have to worry about that again? So one of the ways that we do that is we build a fully comprehensive income plan so that we know there's money coming in every month that'll cover your bills, give you the quality of life that you're looking for, no matter what the market's doing, no matter how long you live. In some cases, regardless of what happens to you health-wise. So we can put plans in place to eliminate or at least mitigate all of those kind of risks every single person deals with in retirement.
I know a lot of our parents relied on pensions, but let's be honest, Evan, the pension is becoming a thing of the past. But there are ways for folks to create their own personal pensions, aren't there?
Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of do-it-yourself pension. But when we do the pension ourselves, the one negative with a pension is all the value in the pension goes away once you turn on the actual income. With the plans that we build, with the do-it-yourself pensions, you maintain that asset, or more specifically, your surviving spouse, your kids. And so you live forever. You get a ton of paychecks, and whatever's left over goes to the wife and kids, surviving spouse, beneficiaries, whoever that might be.
Call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary review of your savings and investments today. Call 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Start your engines and let's get ready for grass cutting season. Now is the time to visit the guys at Howard Brothers and learn how you can upgrade your Exmark mowing fleet or get your existing fleet in tip-top shape before the work starts. Exmark's Turf Tracer, Radius, Laser, these are all mowers designed with you, the professional landscaper, in mind. You can be confident that your job will be done to perfection with an Exmark mower. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Well, look out now. Here we go. Little Billy Idol action here, if you don't mind. Here we go. 1990. Billy Idol suffered serious injuries when he failed to stop at a stop sign and crashed his Harley into a car. That's not good. Where's my Mr.? Here we go. Billy Idol, but you live, the time, 1990. Let's see. Birthday list. Kevin Peyton Flounder. How's it going? It's Rick Astley's birthday. Rick Astley is 60. Without him, there'd be no Rick rolling. Rickrolling is the fad where you send somebody a bogus internet link and you tell them, boy, this is really cool. Open this. You're going to love this. And they open it up and it's really Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up, which is kind of a Rickrolling.
Never gonna give you up.
I'm going to let you down. Oh, my.
I was in the grocery store the other day and it was playing.
Oh, man.
It's driving me crazy.
Pete, Dave, a quick sport. No, I'm thinking ahead. Hold on. If I get these, I hate them. They'll get to the right angle. I can't hear anything. On this day in 1988, during the NBA All-Star Game Slam Dunk Competition, 1988, Michael Jordan beat Dominique Wilkins by dunking from the free throw line. I remember that. He took off from the stripe, and that was what did it for him. And on this day in history, a couple things here. 1971, Alan Shepard hit some golf balls on the surface of the moon, the Apollo 14 mission. He brought a makeshift golf club, wouldn't have been allowed, but he had connected the head of a 6-iron to the shaft of a piece of rock collecting equipment, covered it with a sock so it wouldn't be discovered before they launched. And on the moon, he hit his golf balls. One more thing here. When I used to work out years ago in Buckhead, just inside the perimeter, and I worked out right next, almost pretty much every day, or when I went 3-4 days a week, to Shannon Sharp, who was also there. And my workout time, I had an instructor, and my workout time was from 8:30 to 9 or whatever it was. And I told him, well, I'll pay you for the full time, but it's going to be 8:37. And the reason it was 8:37 is because when I'd pull into the place in the parking lot, I'd stay in the car to listen to Paul Harvey's rest of the story. I never missed it every morning. And so I told him, I said, I'll pay for the minutes I'm in the car, not we're doing your thing. But I never missed Paul Harvey. And in 1951, now we know the rest of the story. Paul Harvey loved to tell stories with a twist, frequently rest of the story about news and commentary all over the 50s till 2008. In 1951, on this day at 1 o'clock in the morning, guards at the Argonne National Laboratory, the nuclear research place in Chicago, were called to apprehend young Paul Harvey. He had climbed over the lab's perimeter fence in snowy weather but got caught in barbed wire. Paul Harvey was concerned about the facility's security, and he wanted to make a point to see if he could get away with it. According to Argonne, the lab, the guards searched his car. Searching his car, guards found a previously prepared 4-page broadcast detailing the saga of his unauthorized entrance into a classified hot zone. He was brought before a federal grand jury on charges of conspiracy to obtain information on national security and transmit it to the public, which could have landed him in prison for a very long time. He was not indicted. Paul Harvey, 1951. I'm sorry, Flower, were you trying to get me, or did I do my card?
We got a phone call. I think his name is Mark. Had a question about the golf story you were just talking about.
Mark, welcome aboard, sir. What's going on?
Hey, this is Marty. How's it going,
Marty, I'm
guys?
sorry.
Marty, I'm sorry. Yes, sir, Marty. How are you, man?
All good, all good. Yeah, I'm just wondering, did Alan Shepard use styrofoam balls to simulate low gravity while on Earth?
You know, that's a great question, because when he hit that damn thing, I remember going, and hell, of course, no gravity like ours. That's a great question. I don't know.
Go.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks, Marty. Have a good one. 541, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Quick update on something of the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's mother. Authorities say there's a new message, a statement to social media, a new piece of correspondence, a new message regarding Nancy Guthrie comes in after the 5 p.m. deadline passed for another note, and they aren't saying what's in it. Also, this is kind of weird, and here we're going to be hearing a lot of second-guessing Monday morning quarterbacking stuff. Fox News has learned that when they found out that Nancy Guthrie was missing, the aircraft county search team to go look for her was grounded for hours and hours because of some kind of internal discipline issues. The pilot was being punished over a dispute with a sheriff and demoted to street patrol. And so the plane's takeoff was delayed for hours because they couldn't find anybody to fly the damn thing. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, and by the way, did you know the reason they could get away with stealing her at night is because they do not allow lights on in that area after like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. No lights, because it disturbs wildlife, and the neighbors want to see the view of the mountains and the sun and the stars, and so, you know.
Well, that's the way life should be. You shouldn't have to worry about these criminals.
You should not have to worry about
Which is why you should put them down when you catch a kid.
That's right.
You put them down in public as a sign to everybody else.
Yep. Here you go. You're gonna like this.
Oh, by the way, just a fun fact here about Mandami saying we should follow the example of Islam and the Prophet Muhammad.
We're going to play that soundbite again here, too, Flounder, in a second. Yeah.
Dr. Malouf, fun fact, after conquering Mecca, Muhammad deported the non-Muslims and banned them from entering the city ever again.
In fact, Flounder, let's play this Mandami. This is incredible. His first 100 days, he's now railing against what he calls the rotten Nazi ICE agents, said he had an interfaith breakfast. But here's what this commie mayor of New York has done. He's now signed an order today strengthening his city's limits on cooperating with federal ICE agents, making sure they do not want to give any help to federal agents looking for gangsters and criminals and bad people. And listen to how Mandami, the mayor of New York City, representing America's supposedly formerly finest city, describes how his feelings are when he's quoting the Quran. The what? What? Huh?
Lecturing us about that. About a pedophile murderer.
I mean, it's just got to be. Isn't New York like half Jewish? Didn't they used to?
Jewish.
Well, I mean, my God. I mean, I'm just flabbergasted by the whole thing. Really.
Yeah. Okay. How long? It was 25 years ago that they tried to kill the entire city and everybody in it, and then basically they just made him mayor so he can lecture you on the Quran.
This is unbelievable. I mean,
get what you deserve.
It was 25 years ago. And they got the Benghazi terrorist mastermind who attacked us on 9/11 in Benghazi in 2012 on the anniversary. So
where is he?
I don't know where he is right now. He's in jail somewhere.
They better not try him in New York City.
No, I don't know what they're going to do.
They'll get a parade.
Well, it's they may be because Jeanine Pirro is the U.S. attorney, and isn't she the U.S. attorney in New York? Or is she in the U.S. attorney in Washington? Oh, no, wait a minute now. Why don't I know this? I should know this. Why don't I know this? Let's see. Hold on. U.S. Trump's Justice Department might happen overnight. Pirro prosecuting the case. Let's see. Jeanine Pirro announced the arrest Friday. A U.S. attorney. I don't know where they're going to try him. I don't know. I'll be damned. Anyway, it's got so much more coming up here, including have you heard what the New York Times columnist said about J.D. Vance? Holy smokes. I've got it all. Cameron Pete and Flounder, 5:45 already. Holy cow. Stand by.
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
The wait is over. The Atlanta Braves 2026 gate giveaways are here, and this season is loaded with must-have items. Fans can expect incredible giveaway series, including the legendary alumni collection, featuring some of your favorite Braves greats, and the crossover jersey collection, bringing Braves style to basketball, football, hockey, and soccer jerseys. And that's not all. The giveaways keep coming with some brand new favorites, like the Bobble Card series, part bobblehead, part baseball card, plus a Hawaiian shirt, a cowboy hat, and so much more. And you know we can't forget about the kids. Every Sunday home game features a Kids Gate giveaway with special items like sunglasses, just like the players wear, mini Michael Harris II and Drake Baldwin bobbleheads, and the crossover sports jerseys come in kids sizes too. Check out the full giveaway schedule and grab your tickets now at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the Honest Car Guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000. But it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%. Well, really, it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Matt, where does confidence actually come from?
Well, Brooke, most people think it's about faking it or achieving more. But real confidence starts with something simpler, self-awareness.
So how do you know if you're self-aware? And more importantly, how do you increase it?
That's where our image process comes in at howpeopleseeyou.com.
Is that the same process made famous by casting director Sam Christensen from MASH?
Yeah, and today it's helping corporate professionals show up with clarity and authenticity because confidence starts when who you are matches how you're seen. Learn more at howpeopleseeyou.com and sign up for a free preview event. That's howpeopleseeyou.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team, exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Got a to-do list a mile long? No problem. We've got the ultimate solution, our Handyman for a Day program. Here's how it works. You get a skilled handyman dedicated to knocking out your honey-do list. Paint touch-ups, drywall repairs, door adjustments, and much more, all done in one day. Call us now before the rush for your Handyman for a Day and call us at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, The Trusted Toolbox.
Jawohl, my camarante. This is Kraftwerk. 1982. Kraftwerk #1 in Britain on the singles chart. See the model. It's called the model Computer Love, the title. I'd like to take her home in what?
It's understood.
It's understood, of course. Well, this isn't a very good song. He's just kind of reading words. What the hell is this?
This is Kraftwerk. This was kind of their style.
Well, it's a terrible style. I'm sorry. These idiots were #1 on the British chart in 1982, and they spent 21 weeks up there. Good Lord. First British group with #1 single. That's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be critical. Well, the music's not bad, but the singing is just stupid. Yeah, sorry. All right, birthday. Let's see. Michael Tucker, the guy from L.A. Law, who is married to the girl who played also on L.A. Law. Michael Tucker is 81. And John Walmsley is 70. John Walmsley is the redheaded kid Jason on the Waltons from all those years ago. All right, 404-741-1230. A quick thing in history was also kind of interesting. I think we all can relate to this. 1935. The board game Monopoly first goes on sale. 1935, created by Charles Darrow, sold to Parker Brothers. They initially rejected it, said there were 52 fundamental errors. Now, Monopoly is published in 23 languages, including Braille. More than 200 million Monopoly games have been sold. Darrell is the first millionaire game designer in history. He derived Monopoly from the Landlord's Game, created by Lizzie McGee in 1903. Her game had 2 sets of rules. The anti-monopolist set, in which all were rewarded with wealth when it was created, and a monopolist set, where the goal was to create monopolies and crush your opponents. After Darrow sold the rights to the game to Parker Brothers, they found out that he was not really the sole inventor, and they bought the rights from Maggie for $500. And the properties are named after streets and properties in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
By the way,
yes, sir.
A couple hours ago, college football and basketball just became officially minor leagues for the NBA and the NFL. An Alabama court judge has ruled that Charles Bediako, who quit Alabama to join the NBA and went and played in the G League as a pro, and then came back to Alabama because he couldn't cut it there, says it's perfectly okay for him to come back and play at college, which means anybody can play college for as long as they want.
You know, I mean, this is, oh, my God. And I'm having a whole thing because I'm old. I mean, my generation, this is unheard of. Student athlete. What happened to student athlete?
It gets worse. Bediako's attorney, David Holt, says that Bediako is the most influential, trailblazing African-American athlete since Jackie Robinson.
A black athlete star for chinning out of the towel.
Because he couldn't cut it in the pros, so he's going back to beat up. You know what this does?
Oh, my God.
It keeps high school students.
Yeah.
It keeps high school students from going to college and playing because the pros are coming back to college to play because it's a minor league.
Holy cow.
So high school kids are getting screwed here.
And by the way, what the hell does race have to do? Jackie Robinson, leader of
oh, it's nothing to do with it.
This is unbelievable. In fact, it should be just the opposite. Trying to take advantage of something because, I mean, this is not a...
And for people who want to jump on Alabama, and I have in the past, if it wasn't Alabama, it'd be another college.
It was coming,
Someone was going to do it,
Well, they're also... And again, and now we have another... Is the other case where the guy who wants another year of eligibility? Is that still...
Oh, that's in Mississippi next week. It's slightly different, but it's still wanting to play a 6-year. Now, they just showed a film. When he won the Division 2 or 3 championship with Ferris State, Trinidad did, they literally were saying the NCAA had told Ferris State that he had been a medical red shirt. The NCAA said that. So if they show that in court, that proves that he had a medical red shirt and should have one more year.
Man, this is unbelievable. This was a court. This was a court case in Alabama.
Alabama's Tuscaloosa Circuit Court Judge Daniel Pruitt.
That's a federal case. That's a U.S. Circuit Court judge.
Yeah, it's minor league now.
And they're saying he can go back to school. Now, what about NIL things? I mean, this is a whole...
Oh, that has nothing to do with that. This is whether a pro can go back to college and play again, and that's what they just said they could.
My God. Well, we got a great Flounders Funny coming up in a second, but what bothers me the most is the racial aspect to it. How the hell can anybody make any kind of a racial statement about this as being anything positive? There's nothing about this story that's positive for anybody.
And it's the wrong analogy. Curt Flood is the right analogy.
Yeah, exactly. He's the one who stood out. He's the one who changed everything. And, oh, my God. I mean, I can't believe this. It's gaslighting from that doesn't make any sense to gaslighting.
It's race baiting for no reason.
I know, that's what I mean. What, they just made it up?
You won.
Oh, my God. You take yes for an answer. Hey, Flounders Funny. One more. God, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've been there. Uh-oh.
Mr. Ray DeVito.
Ray DeVito?
That's him.
He doesn't hold a grudge either.
No grudge. No grudge.
I can't relate to that.
No, not at all.
I remember the time, in fact, when Kathy Fishman was on the radio here in Atlanta, and I was on a blind date, and she never showed. And I was at Houston's restaurant, and I called Kathy when she was off the air, but then she got back on the air and had my conversation on the air with her about how I got stood up. And so I'm not making this up. And so this is back when I was popular and much younger. And so son of a gun, a couple of women called and said, I'll be right there. And so I swear to God, and Kathy said, stay there. And so I stayed there, and one woman drove up from not Macon, but some ways way down Peachtree City or someplace. The ironic part is, I eventually left because she never met me. She never found me at the bar. She had called, and later I went home, eventually just went home, and the girl said that she didn't recognize me and never found me, and apparently we were there at the same time. So my blind date to make up for the blind date also missed out on that one. So that Kimmer dating luck
double
right there.
shutout.
That's 0 for 2.
Another not seal the deal.
That's right. It's going to be on my tombstone. 0 for 2, the Kimmer. Kimmer Bean Flounder. Have a great weekend. Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and